It is grand final day here in the Ntfa, and this is the big one. It is the 2024 Premier Division Grand Final between South Launceston and Longford. South 15-1, finished on top. Longford finished the season 13-3, finished in third position, but they've made their way to the grand final. A possible injury scare for them with the man that wears the number 9, Luke Murford-Cohen, under a cloud with an ankle, but we can report to you that he is playing today. So didn't do the warm-up early. We couldn't spot him anywhere, but he is playing. So what a game this will be. Michael Maney and Rick Fontaine. Rick will do some MC duties out on the ground and then join us for the commentary. But joining us in special comments is Darren Crawford. Darren, welcome to you. This is the big day, I guess. Wonderful ground, great surface. And, what can Longford do? They finished in third position. South finished on top. I guess South go in as favourites.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Michael. Thanks for the opportunity to be here today to call the game, and really looking forward to this contest. What a cracker on our hands for this afternoon. Really looking forward to seeing what Longford can do. They obviously had a tough week last week against Rochalee, just getting over the line there in a tight one. They got some prominent players that I'm really looking forward to watching today, and I'll touch on a few of those shortly.
Casey Curtis said, well, they lost Frankham, and that was a big blow, but they regrouped. They're hoping all of Longford come out today. There's a fair few of them here, and just wants to back up that 2022 victory with Larby and Madden. They will be crucial to give the midfielders a bit of an opportunity to get their hands on the footy and put a bit of pressure on that South back line.
Yeah, and they've brought Larby in just in the recent couple of weeks, and I think between him and young Deegan Madden, they'll be looking to sort of double team Cody Lowe's. Had an outstanding season thus far, and he'll be looking to they'll be looking to sort of outwork him and double team Cody where they can. But Cody has played on this ground, in his junior days here at North, and I'm expecting a big game from him. He's super fit, and he'll be hungry to put in a strong performance.
Jay Blackberry, what a player he is. He's been lauded by his peers. He's just been such a consistent performer over many years. Hasn't played many games this year, but he's hoping that his body of fitness work is going to hold him in good stead. He's had a major layoff, so we know he's all class. Yeah, what a luxury it is for South to have their captain and spiritual leader, Jay Blackberry, back after a bit of work with the Fireys, and well done to him on that. And, I'll be looking for a great performance from him, just leading from the front, being a real general around the contest. We're just about to go down to the opening ceremony down for here, the presentation at ground level, thanks to Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, Jeremy Wilkinson Hardcourts, LRF, J-Bo, Cleanaway and Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund. Rick Fontaine is at ground level as the players make their way. We'll have the Welcome to Country, then we'll have the National Anthem, and then she'll be on in the grand final. So Longford just mustering themselves, get themselves sorted out. I don't know if they go in numerical or just where you finally end up. I think that's probably more to the point. So we'll head down to our Master of Ceremonies, Rick Fontaine, who will take us away.
Thanks very much, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Ntfa Premier Division Senior Grand Final between South Launceston and Longford here at UTAS Stadium. And it's a great tradition that the Ntfa have, that we have a couple of legends joining us to bring out the Premiership Cup for 2024. Would you please join me and welcome from South Launceston, Jeff Page, and Longford, Damien Lavelle. Thanks very much, gentlemen. Jeff, I'm going to ask you to perform the coin toss, and if I could have the captains, please, from South Launceston, Jay Blackberry and Grant Holt, and from Longford, Casey Curtis, to join us out in the middle, please. Thanks, Grant. Casey, it is your call. Heads is the call. And tails it is, and South Launceston are going to kick to the northern end in the first quarter, And now I'd ask you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you could be all upstanding, if able, for our Welcome to Country, and that'll be followed by the National Anthem. Thank you.
Ligina Lutruwita. For thousands of years, Aborigines have remained connected to country. Our old people harvested the land, our warriors hunted a landscape shaped by traditional fire, and our women gathered resources to provide for their family group. Back then, we walked the many tracks across the northern Midlands that led us to the head of the Cunnamulla Tamar River. Today, those tracks are lined by buildings, and the landscape, once adorned by trees and grassy plains, are fewer. Warranta Lumi. We are here. Our culture is alive.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth of toil, our home is good by sea. Our land of mountain nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage of birds Australia bear. In joyful strains, and let us sing of birds Australia bear.
Formalities now out of the way as the players break. Nothing much the coaches can do right now. They've put all the work in during the course of the week. Jack Maher, the coach of South Launceston, and Mitch Stagg for Longford. Darren Crawford in the box with me. Darren, as a coach, you've coached teams. You coach teams, I'm guessing, in grand finals. You've laid it all out. The players know exactly what's expected, what's running through their minds now as they think about their matchup with their opposition.
Yeah, look, I think from Jack's point of view, like you've just touched on, the work has been done. It's probably just reinforcing those key messages, probably about taking territory early in this game, not overusing the football by hand, and looking to play once again a forward half turnover game. So trying to lock that football in their front end, and just basing their game off pressure. I think that'll hold South in really good stead today, and they'll really look to try and spread Longford at every opportunity, get the footy out to the wide open spanses of UTAS, and really challenge them through their leg speed. And just going to touch on a few players from both sides that I'm really looking forward to watching today. Obviously, we've touched on Jay, but also their three veterans, Luke Tepper, his brother, Jordan Tepper, Lee Harding, the veteran, and also Luke McCarty, who plays his 150th club game. Probably one of the toughest and most courageous players that I've played football with and against, and really looking forward to seeing him go about his business today. They've got some young kids as well, young Summers and Farrelly, as well as Charlesworth. I'm looking forward to watching those. Whilst for Longford, a real key player today that I'm looking forward to watching is Zach Morris, who is a great addition to Longford late in the season, and he'll be a tough player for Coach Jack Maher today, as well as Connor Pearton and Liam Davies, both left-footers that will certainly give him a few headaches as well.
Yes, and I guess the matchup, so if you look at probably one of the most influential players on the ground could be Cody Lowe, the MVP for South Launceston, and his fitness, and I guess the fact that he's been voted the MVP. He's the man who can give them an armchair ride. He's got a couple of guys that are going to come at him in Larby and Madden, so he's got some work to do. But the big fella's been up to it most of the season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the most hardest working ruckmen that I've seen play the game, particularly at local level footy, and I'd really love to see where he wants to challenge himself with his football moving forward, because I do believe he's got a big future. He's a hard worker. He works, he'll be in there underneath the contest. He'll be following up his work at ruck level and at ground level as well. And he'll look to try and push forward on the odd occasion as well and try and hit the scoreboard. So she's all here. She's all about to start here at UTAS. I'm really looking forward to this contest, and the first 10 minutes is going to be huge and crucial for Longford.
Well, we're just about to get the grand final underway with thanks to Roundtable Studio. Rick Fontaine, Michael Maney and Darren Crawford with you. Benny Donaldson on the camera. Here we go. Low, gets a little piece of it. Holt tries to get there with speed, but get a stoppage. The first one of the game. Holt and Madden, Egan Madden in the middle. Egan Madden, free kicks, going to Low for a bit of holding. So away he goes. First inside 50 goes to South. Ball flicks over the back. Bit of work to do for Longford. Little handball comes out. Tries to squeeze the kick through. Longford on the back foot. Kick out of there is a bit of a chaos kick. It might be okay. Mark was missed there by Casey Brown. Now it goes inside 50 and the mark's been taken. So South, they are going to get a look at the first shot on goal, and that is through Tom Foon. So Tom Foon.
Yeah, he's rejuvenated his game. He's gone forward a bit this year for South. He was a prominent half-back flanker in the previous 2 or 3 seasons, but he's been giving him a bit of a different look. He's a neat ball user, and he's in the role to hit the scoreboard, and this will certainly get him off to a great start.
South won the toss and kicked to the Ntfa end. Foon just lays back and hits the middle. What a start for the Bulldogs. A minute 14 in the term, and Foon gets them underway with a lovely goal. Just had to stand there and take the mark. Did it well, went back, good kick. South 1 straight 6. Longford yet to score, and I guess that's making the most of your opportunities early. You've got to nail those early.
Scoreboard pressure in finals certainly is what they need to be doing early from both teams, and South have got the jump. Did catch up with his older brother Jay, who's home from Queensland to watch his younger brother Tom today, so it was nice to see Jay Foon also here in the grandstand.
Going the way of South Launceston, and a good start for them through Foon. Longford now looking to come inside 50 for the first time. Just fall short, going in hard. The players early on. There's Holt, the co-captain, along with Jay Blackberry. Being very careful not to come in high, and the umpire's going to come in and sort it out about 35, 40 metres out from the Longford goal. They're heading to the city end. It's a pretty stiff breeze, boys, out there that's really picked up in the last 3/4 of an hour. South kicking with it in the opening term. Ball comes down, beautifully gathered there by Taylor. But a turnover. Curtis gets the ball out. Strong tackle. Opportunity. They're going in hard as you'd expect early on, the players. Jay Blackberry in there with a tackle. And it's going to be a free kick for holding the ball. And it's going to come back to the other co-captain, Jay Blackberry. The general. He really is. Nice kick. Finds Graham. Tom Graham just slows it down. Blackberry ends up the field. Play on. Good purchase on the kick too. Towards half forward. They've come forward once again. Kick there from Holt. Smothered well. Here's Davies. He'll kick it out wide. Very close to the boundary. And it's going to run over and out.
Just noticed there that the South Launceston forwards really got up high up the ground. They want to use their speed at the back of the press there. They had Harding there. They had Farrelly and Summers at the back looking to use their leg speed forward of centre.
Boundary throw in. Up it goes. Holt, quick hands, Tepper, left footer, long kick. Might just get over the back, will it? No. Taken to the line. And left forward pocket. Will be a crucial boundary throw in. What can South do from this throw in? They're inside deep. A lot of real quality players up there. Longford having to really defend here. Little quick snap is just away. And that was Lee Harding. Just got on the end of it. And it's now a 7-point margin to South Launceston.
Yeah, great crumb there from Harding, 38 years of age. You wouldn't think that. He's still got plenty of life left in those legs yet, the old fella.
Yeah, I was about to cross there, Crawford. I know he's still such an important player in this team. Longford have done it well, although an easy mark spilt there by Dunellen. And they'll come away, though. Here's Davies. Beautiful kick of the ball. Skipper there, Casey Curtis. And there's the reserves premiership coach, Dylan Headland. Mark dropped again. And that's a good, strong tackle. He's given him an eternity, the umpire eventually. Paid holding the ball. And the free kick's going to come back here to Charlesworth. Harry Charlesworth goes short. It's good. Mark taken there by Bryan. Lachlan Bryan there, halfback just out the defensive 50. Goes long, as you can see, that breeze on all along here. Cody Lowe, he's just such a good athlete, isn't he, Crawf? He gets on the left, kicks it up towards the square. One grab, not the second. Nice rebound there by Lee. And we're going to have a ball up. Dangerous position, left forward pocket, 15 out from goal.
Yeah, just love the work rate there from Cody. I could see him, he was about centre field, and then he just worked, just streamed forward hard off the contest and was able to get on the end of it.
Might be a free kick against Harding here. It's going to the Tigers. And that's Deegan Madden. He goes short. So they've just really got to try and work things out here. Oh, Blackberry did well. The target there was Josh Gray. Now the kick forward might just work out okay. Another little kick down the line. Murphy Cohen, long way away from goal. Goes the handball, then needs to release the tap on. That was pretty smart thinking. Then he kicks inside his Sitzma, and then up goes the man there to fly. Morris couldn't take the mark. In they go. And ball caught underneath. Stoppage coming up here. Ball up.
Yeah, Morris almost snavelled that one. I reckon he's just shaking his head there. He had it in his hands and just fell out at the last second.
Low just hooks it back. Might be a free kick, a high one. Umpire said no.
Was impressed with Cal Murphy's movement there, though. So he looked like he was he let up quite strong at the ball and was able to sort of pivot really quickly. So that was a promising sign for him.
Seatsma up against Lowe. Nice work from Cody Lowe, the MVP for 2024. Of course, the best and fairest to be announced tomorrow in the Ntfa, as is tradition. The day after the grand final, and a lot of clubs are celebrating. Another ball out, danger position, 25 out from the Longford goal. Attacking the city end, Lowe gets it down again. Great, dribbles it to the boundary and over and out. Tell you what, boys, being out there, it says it's 11 degrees. I looked at the Bureau of Meteorology, it feels like 5.2. I got up the stairs quicker than I have in years today just to try and warm up. And I reckon it's a 3 to 4 goal breeze favouring that end. It really has picked up in the last little bit. From the boundary throw in. There's Lowe, he's been busy. Nice handball. Finds his teammate in Luke McCarty. Game number 150 for him today. Senior game for former Hecksmith medalist as well. Been a terrific player over a long period of time. So congratulations to Luke McCarty on his 150th senior game.
The switch is on by Bryan to the outer side. So South Launceston through Woodcock Davis. Goes long down the line. Just flicks over the back. Opportunity here for the Tigers. Handball, Larby. Stand and deliver. Mongrel kick, Gray. It's the handball back. Little chipping ball is marked by McCarty, 4-time premiership player. BOG in the 2017 grand final. He's got a list of accolades as long as your arm. Page, Sebastian Page, not his best work off the boot. Davies, Gray, couldn't take it with him. Nice little handball out there by Lowe. So they go high. No one can take the mark. This is where the crummers are important. Foon, who kicked the first goal, is in amongst that with the long sleeves. It'll be a ball up. We've gone 9 minutes in the first term. Longford yet to score. South Lonnie by 7 points. The kick 1-1.
I feel like that ground ball inside South Lonnie's forward attacking half is going to be really crucial for Longford and their coaching staff. So anytime that ball hits the deck, got to be first touch and try and really trap that footy, because I feel that's where Longford are going to probably have some issues with South Launceston's dangerous small forwards.
Special comments from Darren Crawford here on our coverage. 9.5 minutes played in the opening term. Boundary throw in, railway side of UTAS Stadium. Bright sunshine. Davies has done well. He tries to get that handball out. Kick comes. Here's an opportunity now. Chance for a goal. Sam Lucas. He'll line up. Funny looking kick, and it goes across the face of goal and through for one behind, taking South Launceston's score onto 1-8. Longford yet to score, but Croft, nearly 10 minutes in, you'd probably take it at the moment with that breeze. So it wouldn't be too dispirited just yet, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, it has been a really solid start. I still feel like probably from a Longford point of view, I just feel like they've been a little bit erratic with their ball movement, and I reckon if they can tidy that up, they'll be certainly very happy with this start.
Mitch Bennett has knocked off the kick. It goes out of bounds on the full. So the free kick goes to Pearce. So Pearce with a piercing kick, looking for Lowe. Lowe can't take the mark. Larby there, just at hands and knees stuff. Little handball comes out, and that was Bennett again, Mitch Bennett, to win a free kick. So where's he going? He's going in short. That's a good kick to Murphy Cohen, who was under an injury cloud coming into this game with an ankle, but is taking his place. And I'm not sure he's going to get the journey from here. He's walking the wrong way. And he's going to take his best kick from here. He's kicking into the teeth of a breeze, and he might just lay it off to a teammate, and he has done. And he goes long. That's Ritoff, kicks it in. Could be an opportunity here for South to clear. They do. Nicely done there through Charlesworth. And the big tackle comes in. It'll be a ball up. 1-8, South Launceston. Longford yet to score. We've gone 11 minutes in the grand final in the first term.
Inside 50, Longford attacking. Taken there by Cocker. And again, you can see that wind getting a good purchase on that ball. Tough contest on the outer wing now. Longford will come forward again. Kick's going to come off. Mark taken by Gray. He's quick to play on. Sees a teammate's going to land short. Murphy Cohen, all things considered, has actually started really well under the injury cloud. Here's an opportunity. Chance. Shot at goal. Is a goal to the Tigers. Their first of the afternoon, the first of the grand final, going the way of Mitchell Bennett. And the Tigers move on to 1 goal straight 6, trailing South Launceston by 2 points, 1-8, 12 minutes played opening term.
Yeah, terrific pick up there from the big fellow, Cowan Murphy, and then he was able to just burst away. He just towed it, and then a terrific give from Morris, and it was an equally better finish. And, we touched on the start. They've been able to been a bit of an arm wrestle early, but I feel like the game is certainly in the balance at the moment. They'd be certainly very happy with this start against the Breeze.
There was Bennett doing so well on the replay there, just managing to just get some elevation. It floated through for goal, but so a goal apiece in the grand final. Tepper was there. Ball just kicked away by Dakin. No one can pick it up. Nicely done, booted forward by Bryan for the Bulldogs. Longford been defending pretty well. They're spinning out of it and back into trouble. Could have been a high tackle, nothing doing. Umpire said play on. In they go. Cause a stoppage. Longford will like this. They did so in the reserves game. They stoppage after stoppage after stoppage. They really fed off that. Because you know that South are a free-flowing side. So if they can get the game in close, that'll give them the best chance of victory. Up it goes. Lowe probably got the better of that on Madden. But Lowe win a free kick with an arm draped over the shoulder. Decides to go long, hoping for a mark. Gets to the back. Where are the Crummers? And taken to the line by Brock Kenny.
Yeah, already Lowe's been really prominent in this first term. He just works so hard. He just gets from contest to contest. And when he wheels and goes and kicks that ball long, it's travelling a good 60 metres there, particularly with that sort of 3 or 4 goal breeze.
South deep in attack. It'll come out of defence. It might be about to come straight back because here's Tepper. Jordan Tepper on that beautiful left foot of his, sets it up, top of the square, almost a juggling mark there taken by Foon, who's already got one goal. Now we're going to get a ball up, just 15 metres out. Dangerous position. Plenty of players around the ball, and good work there. That might have been Casey Curtis, because he could easily have gone in high there, but good tackle. Secondary ball up once again. Ball spills. I don't think it's coming out in a hurry. Plenty of players around this ball. It's a big pack. And the umpire's going to have to come in and sort it out once again. Duncan Hill, Stephen Tregurtha and Andrew Hingston, our field umpires. Congratulations to them. Nice tap out there from Bradley Dodds. Dodds with 39 goals this season for South Launceston. Do the ruck work again. And almost a high tackle. Not paid. And it is just not coming out in a hurry. So once upon a time, Michael Maney, I'll hand over to you. See if you can get the ball to come out. They used to pick out a free kick, didn't they, when you had multiple ball ups?
A little bit close to goal for that. If it goes to South Launceston's way. Dodds tries to reach over Madden, nothing doing, and I'm in the same spot as you, Rick. Need a good bit of play here to knock it out into some open territory. Dodds just flicked it over the top, and we're coming for ball up number 14 in this exchange.
This won't worry Coach Mitch Stagg at all. I think he will really enjoy this. There's been 3 or 4 stoppages here. They'll just look to bottle this up, and this is certainly a win for them.
There we go again. No one's giving an inch down there. It just hasn't got out into space for anyone for South to run onto it. Might have been a free kick. The umpire said nothing. Low. Tried to paddle her away to Summers. Yeah, we flicks over to Blackberry. Nice athletic jump. Handball over the top was missed, so Longford finally get it out of there. Out to the wing. Morris. A little handball away. Just rolls to the line, and it will be a boundary throw in. 1-2-8 plays one straight 6 South. A couple of points in front, but they haven't been dominant in this first turn. They've got a breeze that's, Rick Fontaine says, about 3, 4, 5 goals maybe.
I think so. It's certainly picked up, that's for sure, as the day's gone on. Great power of work again there by Lowe, and the whistle's gone. It's a holding decision, so it's going to go the way of the Country Tigers, who got up over in a thriller against the City Tigers. Roach Ali, the reigning premiers. Of course, Longford's last premiership a couple of years ago broke a massive drought. 1989 was their previous one. And they're just slowing it down. As Darren Crawford said, they'll be very happy with this. 17 minutes we've ticked over here in the opening term. That's really good play there. Good strong mark there by Dakin. He'll kick it just inside 50. Good one-on-one contest. Lovely fist there from Zach Morris. But they'll come again, the Tigers. Kick it up to full forward. Murphy Cohen's all alone. Can he get a jump? He can't. He can't, but here's the ball. It's going to spill. No, it overruns him. Unfortunately for Morris, he just couldn't pick it up. They want holding the ball. Play on, Blackberry. And they'll take it out of defence. Umpire nearly gets his head knocked off from that kick, but that's a beautiful kick under immense pressure. Mark taken by Harding. Harding finds his teammate Lockie Cocker. He's going to go central. Holt there, did work, got her out of the way. Playing on straight away is Sebastian Page. Kicks it to full forward in good position here. Unable to take the mark was Hubbard. Under pressure from Brock Kenny. And it's going to go out of bounds in the right forward pocket. Darren Crawford.
Yeah, not sure that young Zach Morris there, if he was looking into the sun or not, but that's twice he hasn't quite been able to stick a couple of marks inside 50. I really love that kick there from Lockie Cocker. He just went straight through the corridor. Really dangerous, high reward, high risk kick, and it certainly came off.
Short throw in. Dakin gets the handball away, so Longford get out of trouble, but there's going to be trouble here because McCarty goes with a short skimming ball just to the bootlaces. No one can really get there. Dodds, handball over the top. Summers is in there. Larby just getting in and getting down and dirty. That's what he does. Big Larbs, as they call him. And Gray just went this way, that way, and then straight over the line. 18, almost 19 minutes gone in the first term of the 2024 Division Premier Division Grand Final. Michael Maney, Rick Fontaine, Darren Crawford on specials for us. Up it goes, Larby and Lowe. Both get a piece of it. Holt's going nowhere. And he's halted. And it will be a ball up.
You can see the style of play that Coach Mitch Stagg, he really wants an open forward line to allow his real strong forwards an opportunity for some one-on-ones. And that's going to be a real challenge. If Luke McCarty's able to roll off his opponent and intercept Mark, they're in for a long day because he'll continue to put himself in dangerous positions.
Larby wins the tap, but it's sharked by Tepper. And it's going to come inside 50 once again. Off hands. We need the runners. And it's going to be Longford getting to the ball first. The kick is going to stay in play. No, it's not. It's over and out on the full. Jack Maher, the coach, very pleased to see him clapping his hands for the pressure from the South forwards. And they're going to get the resultant free kick. It's going to go the way of Sam Lucas. Well, this will take a special kick. I think he'll try and set it up. He runs around, kicks it, and it's got the distance, but it's away out to the left and out of bounds on the full.
That's actually young Thomas Beaumont down there on the headset. You can see
just Tommy Beaumont down there with him.
Former Devils captain. He's bench coach for Jack Maher. He's been doing a bit of work with his knee reconstruction this year, so he's been doing some coaching, doing a terrific job from all reports. Young Thomas.
Fantastic. Now they get it out of defence well again here. First to the ball is Curtis, the skipper, and we'll get a ball up. Just about 55 out from the goal. We've ticked into time on 20 and a half minutes played in the opening term. It's South by a couple of points.
Up it goes. Larby takes it out of the ruck and did well against Lowe. Morris, the two 19s went at it, but it was Woodcock Davis who got the better of it. Kicks inside 50. No one can take a mark. Madden did nicely. Handball comes out. Here's Lowe. Left foot, right foot, doesn't matter. Goes with the left this time, looking for Dodds, but he's outpointed. So out they come, Longford, and that's a good kick, finds Dakin. So Dakin had a man in Davies running for him. Now where's he going? Davies goes in short, always uses the ball pretty well. Morris finally got a handle on it, so here they go, they're out. A little short kick might be okay, and it works to Denellon. We haven't called him too much today. Here's the lead from Murphy Cowan, just sits it on his head, can't take the mark. He's splattered, he'll get a free kick. Murphy Cowan, we know he's smart around goals. Got himself in front, and they hit him from all angles, but the big man's a bit slow getting up. And let's have a look at it here. Ooh. Yeah, McCarty just said, well, I'll take a piece of that. And gave away the free kick. It's still a tricky kick because there's a swirling breeze here.
Watch the celebration if he kicks it.
He does love one. He does certainly love a celebration, does Luke?
I think he kicked 5 in the grand final going back a year or two ago. Here he goes, around the body. He's just got early hook on it and missed it. So they creep a little bit closer. They're first behind, so Murphy Cowan.
It was the kick from Davies coming out of half back, that one through the middle of the ground. That's the key. You can get caught kicking the footy out so wide here on UTAS, but there's a lot of space through the middle of the ground.
Jordan Bennett kicks in under pressure. Good mark there taken by Holt. And that's a lovely disposal. Finds Harding, who's been busy in this opening term. The runners are away. Here's Summers. Has one bounce. Kicks it long. Beautiful transition from defence to forward. Over the back, here's Dodds. Can't quite gather it. The Longford defence have really stood up well early. Evidenced by that, 2 tacklers, and it wasn't coming out. Ball pinned to Hunter Farrelly, and we'll get a ball up about only 15 metres out from the goal. Harding gets the ball out, just the look away. Summers couldn't gather possession, and as we've seen on a number of occasions in this quarter, the whistle blows, and we're going to get a ball up. 23 minutes played, South by just a point in a tight, tough contest in the Premier Division Grand Final. Madden, ball comes forward now. It's going to bounce which way? Off hands, rush behind, and goes away of South Launceston, who moved to 139. Longford, 117.
Bit of an arm wrestle Crawford at the moment, isn't it? It's just no real flow to this game.
No, and I think both coaches would be quietly very happy with how things are progressing. I think from a South point of view, there's been a couple of passages of play where they've been able to transfer the footy and get their running game up and going. But on a whole, I think certainly the points would be going with Longford against this Breeze in the first term. So, yeah, just feeling each other out.
Low, knocks it down. Kick was smothered. Beautifully done. Now a little kick off the ground. It flicks back. Handball. Just went without it. Could be a free kick. I think it is. It's going to Dunellen, is it? Out there. So as they all just push and shove off the ball, Dunellen goes inside 50. Oh, gee, almost the mark. Should have probably taken that. Let go of it pretty early, and the kick is floating out of bounds on the full, and that was Jet Maloney. Jet red hair, as you'd say. And so out it comes again through Woodcock Davis. Nice ball, low at the back, 3 deep, couldn't take the mark. Well, handball comes out. It might have been a free kick against Dakin there for dropping the footy. It will be, and it'll go to Lowe. He's got a man out wide.
He's had a good first quarter, has Lowe, and he finds his teammate in Charlesworth, who's quick to play on. Not a great kick, and it's going to drop a little bit short. Quickly tackled. The kick comes forward to full forward there by Taylor. Brendan Taylor. Quick snap over the shoulder is a goal. Kicked by Matthew Lee. Second of the quarter for the Bulldogs. And they take their score on to 2-3-15, and they open up an 8-point margin over Longford. 1-1-7, approaching 26 minutes here in the opening term.
Yeah, the coach Mitch Stagg, he'd be pretty filthy with that last little bit of effort there through his mids. Their willingness to not really work back in transition and help out their defence caught their midfielders napping, and it was just a repeat 50 entry there by Lee, who was able to just get his hands on the footy and finish the job, and he has been a prominent goal kicker for South this year.
Nice snap, knew what he was doing, summed it up, got it over the left shoulder. Full points, 2-3-15 to 1-1-7. Goals for Foon and Lee, and for Longford Bennett with the goal. Most on cue, Davies. And Charlesworth dropped the mark. Handball comes over the top. Here's an opportunity for Longford. Kick by Curtis, inside 50, high ball. Murphy Cohen, he'll be hovering. Here comes a chance for Longford. Spinning it around the corner and popping it through for a goal. That is terrific play, and that's Bennett again. That's his second. Terrific play by Mitch Bennett. Opportunist goal, and they respond, Crawford, and they respond really quickly. That's important. They don't want any sort of lead to get out in this game, because we know South can move that ball, they can score so quickly, and this is so important for them.
They do look really dangerous forward of centre. I feel that that Longford, they've probably been minimal with their inside 50s, 5 or 6 for the quarter, but every time the ball's gone inside their front half, they have looked extremely dangerous, and a terrific crumb there at the front of the contest, representation, and was able to be really clean below his knees.
Back in the centre, approaching quarter time, 27 and a half minutes played. It's a 2-point ball game, cracking opening term. They've got a chance to come forward again here through Lachlan Dakin, who kick it out wide. That's a very strong mark by that man again. Mitchell Bennett, what an opening term he's had. Couple of goals. And they'll come inside 50. Wouldn't they love a goal here? Davies has read it well. Makes his way to the front, almost taken high. Ball fell short. Here's Bennett again. He'll handball it on. Unselfish. Dunellen on the left. Just to the wrong side of goals. They're peppering here, the Tigers. Right on the quarter time siren, which lasted 28 minutes exactly. And at quarter time, South Launceston, well, they're going to take a 1-point lead into the first change. They are 2-3-15. They lead Longford 2-2-14. Goals for the Bulldogs to Matthew Lee and Tom Foon, whilst for Longford, we just mentioned Mitchell Bennett with both. Quick comments from you, Darren Crawford, before we have a quick break. Of course, we're brought to you today by Jeremy Wilkinson from Harcourts Launceston.
Yeah, what a cracking start from both teams. It's just what we expected. A tough opening stance from I was really impressed with Longford. I thought their ability to hang in there throughout that quarter, and then when they got the footing, forward, they really did look threatening. And I think if, with this breeze in the second term, be interesting to see, whether they try and up the tempo with their ball movement. I'll be looking for a little bit of a response from South Launceston's midfielders, who I thought, in centre clearance, other than Lowe, I thought probably the dominance there was through their ability to probably transition from a half back through intercept marking from McCarty. But yeah, probably need a bit more of a response through the middle of the ground.
Special comments from Darren Crawford. It is quarter time. It's South Launceston by a point. We'll be back shortly with the second quarter.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
Second quarter about to get underway here at UTAS Stadium, the 2024 Premier Division Grand Final between South Launceston and Longford. At the moment, it's a 1-point margin to the Bulldogs. They had to fight and scrape, even though they were going with a 3 to 4 goal breeze at least in that first term. They had to scrape to get their goals, and Longford, they had to do similarly. And Bennett's got a couple for the Tigers, and Foon and Lee have the goals for South Launceston. Darren Crawford, it's been a bit of a scrap so far, but gee, you got to dip your lid to Longford. They did pretty well against the breeze.
Yeah, they certainly did, and finals footy's based off contest and defence, and I thought their defence was terrific in that first opening stanza. And I'll be I'll be looking for a response once again from that midfield group, led by Jordan Ntfa and Grant Holt's obviously in there as well, just to assist Lowy with a bit of that work around the ground.
So as they all sort themselves out, it'll be interesting to see. Centre clearance so important in the game, clearance in general. But if you can get it out of the centre here at UTAS and put a bit of pressure on, particularly if you go into that Ntfa end of the ground, you can put an enormous amount of pressure on the opposition. And Longford's back line was really up to the task in that term. And they've still got the job ahead of them because there's potency in the south forward line. Dodd's up there as a main target. Here we go. Second quarter. Lowe just reaches over the top. Ntfa got a little kick off the ground. In they go. Ridoff was there. And a stoppage in the centre. No real clear movement from that ball up in the centre. Lowe just gets his body so well. Blackberry hasn't had many kicks. Blackberry gets that one high up and under, and it might work okay. Nothing doing. Davies just threw it on the boot. Denellen. Holt going the opposite way. Lowe. Athleticism. Good little kick. Ntfa. Here they go. They've got an overlap runner over the top. Nicely done. And the mark's been taken there by Sam Lucas. Lucas goes in short and finds Brendan Taylor tucked in to the pocket. And this will take a very, very good kick with that swirly breeze from there, Croft.
Yeah, great start there once again from Cody, but also from Jordan there to be able to push forward once they won possession of the footy. He's a damaging left foot kick, and Brendan Taylor's had a really great season once again at South Launceston. Really consistent player.
Runs around, kicks across the face. That's where they've all gone. It was off hands, as the goal umpire correctly said. It will be a ball in. We've gone a minute and a bit in the second term, so no score. Still a 1 point lead to the Bulldogs. Ruckman will go at it. Dodd's doing the ruck work. Kick out of there. Nicely done by Joel Lord. Got it into a bit of space. Denellen, more cleverly, just found himself in and out of the contest. Low. Denellen tried to bore a hole in him and couldn't quite get there. And the umpire will say, give it to me. Another ball up. A point the lead to the Bulldogs.
Couple of minutes played here. Early stages of the second term. And, well, no contest in the ruck there. And it's going to come forward. South Launceston kicking to the city end. Leading the race with the ball, Brendan Taylor. He's tackled. And going to come in. We've seen a lot of ball ups today. This time they're out on the railway wing of UTAS Stadium. To bask in sunshine. The shadows will start to creep across shortly. Tapped down by Lowe. Bennett doing well. That's a beautiful handball. Headland with the left kicks it inside 50. And that whistle goes, and it's going to be a free kick. It's going to the way of the Bulldogs. Might have been a hold there against Murphy Cohen.
He started the game really strong, has Woodcock Davis. I think he's matched up on Morris, and Morris hasn't been able to hit the scoreboard as yet. So a really promising start from the young fella there.
Denellen. Ball comes out. Now they've got a chance to come forward here. It's with Brown. Casey Brown spots up. Oh, it's through the hands there of Murphy Cohen. And out of bounds. And we're going to get a ball up. A ball in, rather. So we're about 35, 40 metres out from goal. Our boundary umpires, Heath Stonehouse, Hamish Anderson, Lalani Kikoke and Ella Wiggins. Well done to them. Holt with the handball. Harding. Ntfa. It's a lovely kick. Deliberate kick out wide to the wing. Spots his teammate. Finds Lucas. And they're going to come forward again through Matthew Lee.
Lee right on the wing outer side. Loads up a kick. They need a mark. Nice crumb. And no free kick. I thought that ball had been released and I thought it would have been a free kick to Kenny there. But nothing doing. Another ball in. Tough day for the umpires today. They're running into the teeth of a gale generally. That's a very good throw in. No free kick paid. In goes Taylor with the tackle, and it is another ball up.
Yeah, lots of stoppages, and that will suit Longford, and obviously haven't been able to. South Launceston just haven't been able to get their running game up and going as yet. But full credit to Longford, they've been able to keep it in nice and close, and have been tough in and around the contest.
Low to Blackberry, and Blackberry's just immediately dispensed with and dropped the footage. Yeah, that was hot. He would have had it in his possession for a millisecond. But Madden gets the free kick, goes in short. That's okay. And finds Headland. Headland thinks. Coached the reserves to a premiership earlier. Kicks long inside 50. McCarty gets back. Couldn't take the mark. Here's Bennett. Morris across the body. It just fades away to the left. That breeze just took it away. But Longford get a score on the board. They draw level 2-3-15 apiece. We've been going 5 minutes in the second term.
So Bowen Pearce, it's a bit of time, comes out. Larby from the back, couldn't hold on to it. Picked up here by Taylor. Brendan Taylor kicks it out to the centre wing in front of the main grandstand. Tepper, absolutely beautiful handball. Poor old Lee Harding though, just lost his balance and dropped it. Picked up here by Retoff. He goes into the centre of the ground and held up well by Holtz. Mark taken by Brown. Short to Larby. Best on ground 2 years ago in the grand final. Larby, dangerous spot here for the Tigers. Denellen. Well played there by Pearce. Gets it out and out to the open space. Now there's a bit of space out here for Tepper. Can he get the handball over the top? He does. Harding, errant handball. Cut off here by Kobe Moore. The ball comes out to the centre wing position and it's taken by that man, Mitchell Bennett, who's having a terrific opening quarter and a bit here. The ball trickles out of bounds. It is over there in the right forward pocket, about 30 metres around from the Longford goal. Scores a level here at the 6 minute mark, second term.
Just a number of turnovers just from both teams, just haven't really been able to capitalise on their momentum with the possession at this point in time. And again, Morris just hasn't been able to snavel those couple of opportunities in front of goal.
McCarty got it out of the immediate danger area. Tepper just jammed it on the boot, and that might work okay. And find Lee. Lee on the outer side wings, got Holt running for him. A little handball over the top, so Holt's got to go inside 50. Left foot kick is a terrific one. Dodds couldn't get on the end of all of that. Here's an opportunity for Page. He might be able to kick a goal. He has. Nicely done by Seb Page. I've seen him play in the juniors, in the under 14s, under 16 or under 18s, and Seb is a developing young player, Darren Crawford, and he knows where the goals are. I saw him kick a few goals in the unders, so he's done pretty well. South get a goal against the trend of play, 3-3-21 to 2-3-15.
Yeah, terrific young kid he is, and he's a part of our emerging Devils squad, so he'll come into pre-season this year once again, and expect him to really attack that pre-season, give himself a really good opportunity to play some under-18 football next year.
So the Bulldogs leading by a goal here, 7.5 minutes into the second term. Thanks to Jeremy Wilkinson from Harcourts Launceston, Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, LRF Sport, J Bogan, Sun Cleanaway and MCMF. From the ball up, and that ball is pinned in, and the umpires are going to have to come and sort it out. We like to give a plug to our umpires. They've all got their deserving spots in the grand finals. We just need to touch on Andrew Fitz and Hudson Kirkby, our goal umpires here this afternoon, as Larby gets the kick forward, and he's read that well, hasn't he? He's having a great game, Mitchell Bennett. He's got the 2 goals for Longford so far. That's not his best effort. It might come off though. Murphy Cohen though just couldn't hold on to the ball. Picked up now by Zach Morris, close to the boundary line, and taken over by Pearce.
Bennett Names had a pretty good day. Bennett won the medal in the reserves.
Indeed. So deep in attack here for Longford, kicking to the northern end with the aid of the breeze. Taking it out of the ruck, Cody Lowe, as I mentioned, the MVP for 2024, is voted on by the coaches. It's a good kick out wide. Gee, made some territory up there with a very, very quick. Nice work there taken by Connor Alexander. Now the whistle's gone. It's a high tackle. It's going to go the way of the Tigers. Free kick here to be taken by Connor Reedoff on the true centre wing position. Members side of the ground. And he might have been dealt with afterwards. He was. It's going to be a free kick downfield. And holding up play a little bit here. They've got to be a little bit careful that this doesn't go any... Yeah, could have been easily could have been a 50 there. So Denellen on the left kicks it towards the forward pocket. Didn't really favour Murphy Cohen at all. And good defence there from the Bulldogs.
I think it was the umpires were just chatting to each other to make sure everything was right. And in the end, South were able to get back in numbers and that there was no space. So it worked to South's favour then. Boundary throw in, left forward pocket. Low just crashes through. Tried to get the handball. McCarty just dive forward, no free kick. Curtis spinning out of that was Tom Graham. It's a real high ball and the thump comes from Dodds away from Larby. So a ball in. Big Larby, ungainly, flat-footed at times. But gee, what a competitor.
Absolutely.
So we're about to get another ball in. The boundary umpire comes in about 10, which is fine. It's a good heave on it. Larby and Low. Dakin in with the tackle. Then thought about going off the ground and then just pulled his boot out of that. It was smart work. And we haven't seen much of a boil over here yet. But Curtis comes spinning out of that. And they sort themselves out. Big Larby on the bottom of that. Had the long flowing blonde locks in 2022. He's been to the hairdresser. Page falls in the lap of Larby. Kicks run down. And before he could get it, Harry Summers takes it to the line and another ball in. It's 11 minutes gone. South 3-3-21, Longford 2-3-15.
Now, we always love our listeners getting in touch, and hello to Rod Patterson, who South Launceston through and through has just sent me a text enjoying the coverage from Torquay. Beautiful Torquay. Great to have your company, Rod.
Red, white and blue blood flowing through that man's veins.
Done an enormous amount for that club over the years, and great to hear from him.
He'd be just having a glass of red too, I reckon, just quietly, Rod. Good to hear from you, mate.
Absolutely. Larby kicks it, but that's going to go out of bounds on the full and over the fence. There's not many down there, so that'll take a bit of getting. There's a bit going on here, and it's going to be a 50-metre penalty going. Is it? I think it's being reversed. It could be a kick down the ground here for Longford.
Well, Larby's getting in their head, I think.
And Larby wants to come off.
He's got cop one, I think.
I think he has. He wanted a change. And, well, that's poor. They had the kick for out on the full, and all of a sudden it's a shot at goal coming up. Now, it's getting a bit shadowy down there. Is that Murphy Cohen down there in the pocket? It is. Here he comes. He'll run around. Luke Murphy Cohen. And, well, he's giving it straight back to South Launceston. That's out on the full.
They just haven't been able to take their chances in front of goal, have Longford. So, again, it's back to a bit of an arm wrestle. The last sort of 7 or 8 minutes, no team has really been able to capitalise on their momentum. So we'll see how the remainder of this quarter plays out.
Woodcock Davis gets it long. Tepper can't get through, close to the line. Yes, it's a tricky kick from the angle anywhere on this ground today. And the pockets and the flank, it's a real swirly breeze. You've got to be so precise with the ball drop. The ball does get taken and ripped one way or the other. Low, over the top, Davies released the hands, nicely done. Casey Brown got a high kick, no one can take a mark. Who's doing the roving? McCarty's there. Blackberry goes in with a tackle. Denellen's amongst it as well. A stoppage. As Rick Fontaine said, we've had a few of those today. It's on world record pace, as they say. Dakin just knocked off the kick. Davies leads with a head. The umpire said, no, you ducked into it. Another ball up.
Yeah, well picked up by the umpire. And we are right on the forward 50 here on the paint. It's the Bulldogs by a goal midway through the second term. Now the ball's going to be kicked right up towards the teeth of goal. Plays fly. Picked up there by McCarty. And that nearly in the back. That was good work in the end there by Pearce, because he could have gone in the back. Didn't. Headland gets the handball out. And just not running right. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. Easy decision there. That's going to go the way of Jaden Harris for Longford, who's going to send them deep into attack once more. Wiping the nose, no blood. Good kick deep into attack. And great defensive work there by McCarty. Once again, he's having a good game.
They're setting up well behind the footy, Longford, so they're obviously playing a bit of a forward half turnover game here. They've had probably 4 or 5 inside 50s, locking it in their front half, getting some repeat entries, but just haven't been able to get that ground ball inside their forward 50.
Boundary throw in drops short, and I think we're going to do it again.
Yeah, she might need to come in a few metres,
It
but
is
it's
tough with that wind. Absolutely, it is.
Yep.
So
She goes, she's given herself another metre or two.
good
So
work
that's
from
good.
the field umpire. And well done. That's a lovely high throw. It's a beautiful tap there once again by Lowe. Just struggling to get it out here. Murphy Cohen, he's fumbled on a few occasions today, but he's providing a very good contest, and I think that might have gone out of bounds before he kicked it. Michael Maney, I'm going to hand to you because not much has happened in the last minute and a half I've been calling. Let's see what you can do.
I'll do no better, Rick. Let's see what we can do. Just been one of those days with a lot of wind about. Just waiting for the footy to come back, are we? I'd love to see the boundary umpires kick the ball to each other instead of just throw it. That'd be good stuff. They just don't tend to do that, but that's perhaps not protocol, Rick Fontaine. You get marked down for that, perhaps?
Probably do. It's grand final day. They're not going to get dropped next week, are they?
No, that's true. Yeah, go for broke. Little kick squeezed out of there. Just leading in the race for the ball was Lee Harding. He's back onto it again. Kick was smothered. It was Kobe Moore. Now they go forward.
Trouble.
Through hands. Davies. He's a good kick. Loads up. Gets a hook on it. It misses. And Longford moved to 2-4-16. It's a 5-point margin at UTAS Stadium. 16 and a half gone. In the 2024 Premier Division Grand Final, Rick Fontaine.
Only 3 scoring shots in 16 and a half minutes of football here in the second term. Sees South leading the way now by 5 points. It's tight, it's tough, they're not giving an inch, and that's great to see. It's a good contest. Might not always be pretty, but it is a good contest. And that kick, it's going to come back because it's been marked here by Reetoff. Connor Reetoff thumps it for Davies at the front of the pack. It spills over the back. Who can gather? Denellen's there. Attacks it hard. South Launceston players holding the ball, but no prior opportunity there. And we're going to get a ball up. Longford, they've had it down there for a while. They've only kicked a couple of points so far in this term. Here it comes inside 50. Oh, strong hands. That's a terrific mark. And that has been taken. I think it might be Joel. No, it's not. It's Zach Morris who's taken. He's got the sticky fingers now, Groff.
Yeah, want to put a bit of grippo on it quarter time there. He's certainly been threatening in the front half and just was able to clunk onto that one and see if he can put it through.
45-degree angle, 25 out his kick. It just nearly squeezed through, but it hits the point post. And it's another behind to the Tigers. They're peppering. And they move on to 2-5-17, and they trail the Bulldogs 3-3-21. South looking for their first premiership. Their last one was in 2018, so 6 years since their last, and that was part of a very dominant period for the Bulldogs when they came into the Ntfa from the TSL.
Pearce with a shank, but it was okay. Found Taylor, gets it out wide. Lucas got the handball away. Foon just jammed it onto his boot. Everyone runs past it. Tepper, he might just go off the ground again. It'll get it inside 50, but it's shallow. Great tackle by Harding. Just Mosey's man down there in William Dakin. Couldn't get there. Close to the line. And Lee couldn't keep it in. The tackle came from Joel Lord. It'll be another ball in. Smart play by Tepper, but didn't result in anything. But got to make the most of it.
Yeah, he's certainly lifted around the contest as Jordan, and he's certainly been giving him a bit more bite and a bit more run around the contest. And Lee Harding there was probably a bit unlucky not to be rewarded for that free kick.
Lowe knocks it down. Blackberry's taken high. Jay Blackberry then kicks high. but that's okay because Lucas just sits under it and takes it. A few long sleeves out there today. Here's Lucas, kept it low, looking for Tepper. Couldn't take the mark, well done by Dakin. And in comes the tackle. And another stoppage. Foon, the man with the tackle, as we've tick into 19 and a half minutes in the second term. Larby knocks it down. Lucas spun on a big 360. No free kick. And once again, the umpire will say, give it to me. So 4 points the difference in favour of the Bulldogs. So that breeze, both teams not really making the most of it so far in this first half of footy. Larby gets to the front. They both got a piece of it. Larby follows up as he does so well at ground level. And Rick, ball up number, we're just about raise our bat.
I think.
It's almost 50 up.
Close to the century. And the lights are on here as well as we get to, well, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. Time flies when you're having fun.
Free kick.
And there is going to be a free kick here going to the Bulldogs, and it is going to Brendan Taylor. He's got that sun just in his eyes. You can just see that on your screens now. Great camera work from Benny Donaldson. So Taylor, now this is a really important kick here for South Launceston in the context of the game. It's going to go across the face of goal. No mark taken, and it does go through for or behind. A goal umpire, Andrew Fitz, signals, and South increase their lead to 5 points. The 20.5-minute mark. Quick ball comes in. Might come back here in a hurry. No, doesn't.
Well,
now
that
a
was
chance.
fortuitous, wasn't it?
It was
Rick?
fortuitous. Liam Davies is a beautiful kick, and that's no exception. Lovely pass. They'll come inside 50. Good kick from Morris. Murphy Cohen over the back. Can he pick it up? He can't. Followed closely by Pearce, but here's Murphy Cohen again. He kicks it right on the line in the last line of defence. It did trickle over there, taken over by Tom Graham, and it's a behind to Longford, who reduced the margin by 1 to 4 points.
Long kick out of defence. 21 and a bit gone. And another little short pass is okay. Finds Morris again. Morris says, well, where's the mark? Thought about something short. He's given a lead, but Morris it'll take his best ball burster from here, you would think.
Did see one earlier in the day, didn't we? One from inside the square, so we'll see what he can do.
Here's Morris. Got a fair piece of it, but the breeze got a bit of it as well and hooked it away. So that margin is now back to 3 points. So Longford continue to push as Foon finds Holt at halfback.
Yeah, they've kicked 5 points this quarter, and here is Holt on the left. He's in the centre looking for Blackberry. And he's going to get a free kick for interference, and that's against Connor Reedoff. So Jade Blackberry just starting to get a bit more of the ball here at the latter stages of the second term. And the old commentator's curse. Mark taken by Morris. He's covering some territory. Did really well, and Dunellen was taken high, and he'll get a free kick. Mark paid anyway. Jack Dunellen on the left goes short. Oh, I think that's hit him in the head.
Falcon.
Yep, Maloney there, and he might have taken him high. No, umpire had the whistle to his mouth. Calls plays on. And it's picked up there now by McCarty, and comes out. It's going to be, the ball's going to come back here for Longford. Geez, been busy in the last few minutes, Zach Morris, Croft.
Yeah, they've pushed him up on ball by looks of things just for this later part of this term. And it was probably a move that I was hoping would probably come a little earlier.
Mitchell Bennett now, too far out to score, about 65 out. Oh, that's a clever kick. Gee, beautiful kick. Now it was juggled inside the line. South wanting out on the full, but the mark has been paid, and it's taken by Casey Brown. So Casey Brown on a difficult angle. Just got the message through. My family are travelling back from Hobart on the Midland Highway. It is snowing.
Excellent.
On the Midland Highway. So anyone travelling, travel safe, family. It is bitterly cold. Now the kick is great. What a goal.
Geez, we needed that.
We did. And Longford, well, they've hit the front. 3-7-25. They lead it by 3 points. 3-4-22. But what a beautiful kick by Brown to put the Tigers in front.
Well, It's a bit of a stalemate there for the best part of this quarter, but it was Morris who was able to get his hands on the footy there, just probably on 3 or 4 occasions, and just surge the footy forward, and it was a terrific finish there. A bit of luck with it, but that's what you need, particularly on grand final day. So let's see what South Launceston's response is with these final couple of minutes.
Back in the centre, 3 points the margin now to the Tigers. High kick out of there by Dakin, got it out wide. Connor Pearton is in position A, gets buffeted off the footy. Little handball comes out to Taylor. Taylor goes in low looking for Holt, who's just faded out of the game. Had a few mates that haven't really stamped any authority in the game so far. Holt is a real playmaker for them and can't get his hands on the footy enough in this match, but half a footy to go. Low, just read it beautifully, got it off the back and then wheels around, kicks off the side of the boot. Always going to be a tough ball to win here. Close to the line, and out it goes. It was nicely done to get it there by Joel Lord for Longford in the long sleeves. And another ball in into the cover of the western stand. Rick Fontaine, this is the old arm wrestle.
My word, it is. South Launceston went through the home and away season with just the one loss. Longford finishing third, 13-3. But it's a really tight contest. Can they get a late one here? Headland, nice handball to Davies, who's been really busy this quarter. Here, lovely passage of play. Handball under pressure from Pearton, got it away. Follows it up again. That's Seatsman with the handball out. Opportunity for Bennett. He's 2-on-1, and it's going to go right on the boundary line. We're going to get a ball up here. Darren Crawford.
Yeah, great call. I was just put it down in my notes there that I thought Liam Davies has had a huge quarter. He certainly has been linking up really strong off half back through the middle of the ground and giving him some much needed run.
26.5 played. Longford can get a late goal here, deep in their attack. Well, they'll be going in with full of confidence. Picked up here, coming out of defence, Charlesworth. Mark couldn't be taken, but it's gathered here by Foon. Tom Foon kicks it out wide. Front of the commentary box where we are here at UTAS Stadium. It's a strong, that's holding the ball. Excellent tackle. Great work there by Bradley Dodds.
On Kobe Moore, who couldn't release properly. Dodds goes inside 50. The kick's okay, and that man back there, Joel Lords, had a couple of moments just in the last 5. And that kick, almost fluffed it. It's okay. Goes to Hubbard. And now Dakin. William Dakin. Kicks high. No mark to Morris. He's a competitor though. Little kick away. Lord, can he run onto this footy? Didn't get tackled. Lucas, he got tackled. Did he drop the footy? The umpire said no, held in. Headland with a fierce tackle there. And Lucas wants to go on with it here with...
Connor Redoff's got to be a bit careful.
Finally.
Silly play, because you could just see that coming because he held his arm before in a really unnatural position and thought he might get a free kick, but he's given away a ridiculous one there.
He threatened to do something silly and then delivered. And this man who's had, as the boys have said, a wonderful quarter, Davies, and that is a really good kick. And this could set up Morris. Morris now, he's trying to get back through a small gap. Got the handball away. Gray, it ran past him. He might be good enough to chip it into the centre. Almost a mark, no. Umpire said play on. Kicked off the ground by Dakin. That was smart. Davies, good hands. Now back to Gray. Gray's kick out in front of Bennett. Bennett's kicked 2 goals. Oh, he just turns his opponent inside out, shoots a goal and kicks one.
Right on the siren.
Right on the siren, kicks his 3rd. And that's the goal, Rick Fontaine, that they needed to give them some impetus. And a wonderful kick from Bennett. He just turned his opponent on a dime and kicked his 3rd goal. And Longford go into the big break with a lead that is 9 points. Longford 4-7-31, South 3-4-22.
Bit of a scruffle here, gentlemen.
Yeah, the boys don't mind a bit of mixing of it on. No surprise, a big Larbs is in there. And the umpire saying, well, come on, let's just get out of this. Is it Tepper in the middle of that?
He'll be in the thick of it, don't you worry.
Yes, you could pick a few blokes that are going to be in there from both teams. That's all right. They've almost extricated themselves from each other. And now they break. I think they've got a clean break now. They'll head to the rooms, but it is half-time in the 2024 Premier Division Grand Final. The Ntfa.
Casey Curtis, I could see him in there as well. Look, what an entertaining second part of that quarter, I'll say, when it sort of started to open up a little bit as that quarter progressed. And I just really thought that there was two players for Longford that really held him in good stead, and that was Donnellan and Davies, both left footers, both used the ball really well. And Morris was able to start marking the footy a little bit in the front half, as well as, Cal Murphy still looks really threatening. Probably just doesn't have the ability to launch at the footy with that ankle problem that he's got, but certainly is providing a bit of a focal point there in attack.
So the goal kickers in the match, the goal kickers for the team that leads by 9 points, Longford. Mitch Bennett has 3 and a single to Casey Brown of their 4. And for South Launceston, Foon, Lee and Page are the goal scorers at half-time in the grand final. Longford 4-7-31 leads South Launceston 3-4-22. We'll be back after these commercials for the second half of the grand final.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium, both sides, and the umpires just back out on the ground. Great to have your company. Plenty of messages coming through from all over the place as well, and great to hear people watching all over Australia and people no doubt waking up early morning over there in the other part of the world. Plenty of expats as well, Croft, no doubt, but great contest.
Yeah, mate just texted in from Bruny Island. Actually, he's live streaming us from down that way, and he said it's snowing. So not much he can do other than sit inside and listen to the game. And really looking forward to seeing how this second half plays out. Longford would have went into the break very, very impressed and very happy with how the first half played out. Much of a stoppage-based game, which is suit their style of play, and they certainly look threatening forward of the ball, whereas South, I reckon the key message for them would be let's get out and run this game and use our leg speed and get our small forwards into the game.
And South Launceston, interestingly, of course, we had a little blue there at half-time. They went in, but they came out about 5 minutes before the umpires did. So very, very quick chat from Jack and the coaching staff. So let's see what they do. Very important, of course. A big thanks to Jeremy Wilkinson from Harcourts Launceston, who's covering the live stream today. Thank you very much. And, of course, our great sponsors, Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, LRF, Bogues, Cleanaway and MCMF. But we're just about in readiness for the third quarter, the premiership quarter as they call it. Larby and Lowe are going to go at it in the ruck. And to get us underway, here's Michael Maney.
Big Larby's played his role in the first half. Hasn't been dominant. But Lowe's clearly the dominant ruckman on the ground. He's been very, very good. But here we go. Lowe gets the tap down. Actually tapped it to Larby, but he couldn't snavel it. And here he is again. That's the follow-up stuff that you get from the big man. No boil-overs just yet. They've blood pressure's down. Larby gets into position A, but Lowe got it down. Taylor couldn't get through. Tackle was terrific. Tackling in this game, because we've had so many stoppages, because the tackles are really stuck. They haven't, just won't let go in this grand final. Lowe got in early, just put the leg up. Holt can't get into the game. Davies on hands and knees. Taylor, little kick. Lucas tried to knock it on. Now he does. Harding hovering over the ball. And the umpire really close by. I mean, okay, the umpires today, they've paid just about everything we thought they would. But goes, big Larby. I think he'll kick away. They'll miss a few, but here's Tepper to Lowe. Just got it over the shoulder. All thumped away. Nicely done in the end by Lord. And got enough skin on it to get it to the line.
Yeah, Tepper had a big second quarter. I thought he was one of the players that had a big response from that first term. And again, he started really strong here, him and Lowe. They were a bit of a double act, those two. And I'll be looking for Jay Blackberry, the captain there, to try and get his hands on the footy and see if they can free him up around stoppage a little bit.
Larby and Dodds go at it this time. Larby gets the tap. Here's the skipper, Curtis, for Longford now. Kicks it towards the wing position, leading the race of the ball. They've done well. Curtis will get it again. Kicks it towards centre wing. Well, it's an awkward bounce. It does favour the Bulldogs. Strong tackle by Denellen, but he's pinged him. Whew, that was hot. And Denellen wanting 50 because the ball wasn't given back, but that's not how it works. Denellen will get onto that left foot. He's got a beauty as well. Most left footers have, and, well, that was horrible, wasn't it? Always the way, isn't it, Michael Maney?
It is.
Goodness gracious me.
The more you do this, Rick, the more you will put curses on people.
Yeah, I know. Luke McCarty screaming for it on the other side of the ground was Bowen Pearce, but he ignores that and just goes out wide and finds Bennett. Jordan Bennett. Shadows creeping across UTAS Stadium. The lights coming into effect here. Here's Harry Summers. Again, just early stages, couple of minutes, 2.5 minutes played. And there's no easy passage forward, and this should be cut off, and it is. Over the top of Dodds, and it's going to be a Longford kick. They're going to play on immediately. They'll come through the centre, going out wide. Murphy Cohen gathers it beautifully on that occasion. Will handball over the top, does it well to Headland. And they've got a chance to move it quickly. They just slow it down though. Go in the centre, and why not kick it to this man? What a second quarter he had, Davies. All alone. And the mark taken here by Josh Gray. A lot of free players here at the moment. He's going to go long. Coming into the space. Oh, there was a nice hole there, an opportunity. And that's kicking in danger. It is. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Longford here. And, well, he's very quick to pick it up, Jack Donnellan. And generally is a good kick for goal.
That's experienced, Crawford, isn't it?
It is, yeah, very much so. But I was just going to highlight young Hubbard there. He's a really neat ball user. He's a former Devils player, played some games with us late last year. And also, you know, when you've got him getting the possessions and also Davies with his left foot, you know, they're really damaging left footers and right footers in this side.
Really important kick here early in the quarter. Blackberry on the mark. Jack Donnellan, very deliberate. Kicks. A goal. Listen to the roar from the Longford fans below us. Wow. They now lead by 15 points, Longford, and that is the biggest break of the game so far. 4.5 minutes played against the Breeze in the third quarter.
Yeah, look, South Launceston need a response. It needs to come from their leaders. McCarty, Blackberry, Harding, just to name a few. Tepper, you know, he's been playing pretty well, but certainly going to be around that middle of the ground. But I feel like the momentum certainly is with Longford at this stage of the game.
Last goal for South Launceston was at the 7-minute mark of the second term by Seb Page. It's been a long time. Haven't been able to make it work. Back in the centre. Up it goes. Knocked down, low, followed up well. Blackberry has got to get into this game somehow. Summers, handball over the top to Lord. He's got to get back into it. He's got pace. He'll burn off Larby, no problem. Here's Lord, the man in the number 7 in Holt. And he just hits his man lace out. And he'll go back and have a shot for goal. And that is Dodds. And that's what they want from Grant Holt. Had a pretty lean first half, but if you can get motoring, things can happen. Dodds, a goal kicker for them. Here he is. He'll shoot from about 35 metres out directly in front. Breeze behind him. Sits it up. Goal umpire does some work, but he watches it float over his hats. So they respond, and they needed to. So Dodds gets his first. And that scoreline, South Launceston 4-4-28 to 5-7-37. Let's look at the build-up to this goal. And it was just terrific play by Holt, who just got it and rammed it down his throat.
Yeah, and I think you just touched on that earlier. We just need some more run and drive from players like Holt. Probably Brendan Taylor's another one. Foon has been a little bit quiet. So some of those runners in their team, you know, they'll be looking to sort of take this game on a bit and get their running game up and going. And I've been fortunate enough to watch a couple of games of South this year, and when they get a run on, you know, they're pretty hard to stop. 4 or 5 goals unanswered. So we'll look for Longford to try and stop this rut.
Margin back to 9. 6.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And we're going to do it all over again. Ball not leaving the centre circle. The crowd starting to find a bit of voice. 2 quick goals as well. Gathered there by Taylor. Brendan Taylor kicks it inside 50 for the Dogs. Bouncing ball. Leading the race was Lloyd for Longford. Picked up there by Foon, who's got a goal to his name. And we're going to get a boundary throw in about 40 metres around. Right half forward. Right on the railway wing in front of the main scoreboard of the big screen. Good throw in from the boundary umpire. Gathered by Dodds, who I don't know quite how he got rid of that, but Tepper kicks it across the face of goal. Mark not able to be taken, and it'll just be punched through there by Alexander for Longford. And there's another behind. They creep 1 point closer, and it is now 8 points. Sorry, that would take it to 7 points, the margin.
All out of play. Boundary throw in. So, what can South Launceston do? They answered the goal. Dodds got it at the 6-minute mark. Donnellan at the 4-minute mark. So in it comes. Madden got in front, immediately tackled by Lowe. It'll be another ball up. Tight game of footy in the grand final. They've both got a palm on it. Davies with fresh airy. Little quick kick out of there. Who can get it? Maloney just ran straight past it. Curtis. Now it ends up with Harding. Just waits for it to sit. Bit of overlap over the top. Nicely McCarty. McCarty gets the kick inside 50. And they get back. But the kick's just got too much on it. And it floats out of play. Right forward pocket. But South Launceston doing all the attacking in this third quarter. Can they conjure something here? Dodds got in front. Knocked it down. No one can get it out of there. And the umpire's letting it go a little. Then comes in and says, give it to me. Just 10 metres, 15 metres from the South Launceston goal. Can they do something here? Dodds got it away. Kick smothered. Gee, it's tough out there. Foon kicks the goal from nothing. Just jammed it on his boot. He's got a couple. And they get it back to 3 points. And Foon, ever the opportunist, just threaded it through. And South get another. I'll give you the score. Longford 5-7-37. South Launceston 5-5-35.
Yeah, and Foon, I just mentioned his name just earlier in the call there. He's a very talented, skillful young player. He's certainly one that we'd like to probably further invest in moving forward in programs like the senior academy coming in next year. But again, just being clean at ground level. Finished his work off right there in front of the Premiership under-18 team over there. And they're certainly making some noise.
Loose checking there from the Tigers too. There was a cluster of players, but he was all alone for an eternity there, Foon, and Longford paid the price. Margin back to a couple of points. Here's Blackberry, the leaders, starting to stand up for South. And just see the intensity has lifted. Here they come again through Lee. Handball, good tackle, and that's holding the ball. Strong tackle there against Cocker, and it's going to be a Longford free kick. And it's going to come back to Davies. So Liam Davies had a great second quarter. Now,
free kick.
There's a holding decision.
It's against Lucas on Headland, I think.
Yep, so down the field. So it's going to come about 50 metres. And Headland, right in front of the South Launceston interchange bench, will get the free kick. Couple of ill-disciplined free kicks given away in the game so far. And Headland, see that breeze into it. Read well by Cody Lowe. Couldn't quite hold on to the mark, and they come on top. Danettle in there as well. And we'll get a ball up. About 65 metres around from the Longford goal. They're heading to the city end here of UTAS Stadium. The clock, 11 and a half minutes played, and the Tigers leading by just 2 points. Blackberry gets a handball over the top. It's a good one too, to the advantage of Graham. Graham, look out, and it might have been dealt with afterwards. He was. Now they've got the transition going here. Luke McCarty has got Akers, has a bounce. He might have a second one. Says, come to me, boys. Kicks it out wide. Is it too wide? It is. It beats his teammate in Farrelly over the boundary line and out of bounds on the railway side.
South Launceston pushing hard in the third term. They've realised that this game was not slipping away, but just wasn't where it was needed to be for them. Blackberry, Taylor, jammed it on the boot, almost a mark, nothing doing. In goes Maloney on the left boot, close to the line, out of bounds on the full. And the free kick.
A beautiful turn from Foon then, wasn't it?
Was that Foon?
Yeah.
Long kick. Larby just says, settle it down. I don't think you're going to play on and try and take on Dodds on the mark. Here he goes, big Michael Larby. To the wing. Oh, almost the mark taken there by Charlesworth for South, and that ball just run out of play. Boundary throw in. We've gone 13 minutes in the third term in the grand final. It's 2 points the difference in favour of the Tigers.
Well, we are on the true centre wing position, and Larby and Dodds are going to go at it again. Good throw in. Good tap from Larby as well to Headland. Here's Blackberry trying to get it out. Plenty of players, about 7 or 8 of them are there. And that's not coming out in a hurry. So for the 93rd time today, we're going to have another ball up.
What's Jack Maher like? Would he give him a razz at half-time, Prof?
No, I reckon he would have been quite measured. But young Tommy Beaumont, who does have plenty to say normally, he would have gave him a bit of a jar, I'd imagine, even as a young kid.
Again, the ball tied in there, and we're going to get another dose of it. Another ball up. I think a lot of spectators have moved to the other side of the ground on the railway wing to get in the sun just to warm up, but they've got the sun in their eyes now. Late afternoon, cool conditions, but it's fine. Breeze still blowing to the northern end. It's a good tackle, but they're going to come through here, the Tigers, and that's a strong tackle, but he breaks free. Did that quite well there with Brown, and inside 50, Murphy Cohen attacks it hard. Can't get the handball out. Does eventually. Oh, it comes to Bennett. Here's a chance for another one, and just off. And he punches himself. Mitchell Bennett, he's got 3 to his name, but it's a behind to the Tigers, and they increase the margin to 3 points. 14 and a half minutes played here in the third quarter.
He's just looked dangerous every time he's got the footy. Here's McCarty going in short to Page. Page wants to go out wide. There's a player he's looking for there in Summers, but knocked away. Here's Foon again. Just a little back pedal, then falls over. Had the poise to get it to Blackberry. Blackberry, just a little half dribbler. All flicks over the end. Well done by Kenny. Holt caught and dropped the footy. At the best of days today, Holt doesn't stop trying. He just can't really influence as much as he'd like to. There's a little chipping ball, finds Dakin. Dakin at half back. And goes wide. And Alexander goes to the wing. This could be good for South. They might rebound Foon, who's having a nice little purple patch. Alexander just got to the pitch of the footy and then sees it to the line. So boundary throw in, Croft.
Yeah, a bit of an arm wrestle. I'd really like to see him, Longford, just get Morris up the ground. He had a little 5 or 6 minute patch there where he went on ball late in that second term and was able to have some real influence around the ball. And I just feel like he's just a bit stale there across half forward at this moment in time.
3 points in the margin. Larby takes it out of the ruck. Chance for Harding, the speedster at 38 years of age. He got through easily. Kicks it to the hot spot. And just unable to hang on to the mark there was William Dakin. And the ball spills, and it is a dangerous spot. It's about 30 metres out, directly in front. South Launceston's goal, kicking with the aid of the breeze to the northern end. They trail by 3 points. Larby gets the knockdown again. The kick right up into the square. Couldn't be taken. They'll be happy to see this through. And eventually it is taken through by Lloyd, and it's a behind for South Launceston. And they cut the margin back to 2 points.
The kick in was pretty precise. Nicely done. Finds Josh Gray. There's a man flanking him. The kick goes really high. There's your man Morris. Oh, that's a wonderful mark. The 219's going at it.
Get it in.
And he just delayed a bit, then got it back to Dakin. So Blackberry running through the protected zone. No free kick. He goes to the pocket. Murphy Cohen, almost the one-hander. He's paid it. He's taken the mark. And then Pearce says he held on to me. What a mercurial mark.
That's
look at this.
That is Luke Murphy Cohen.
Yep, that's a mark every day of the week.
Great decision.
That is terrific.
That's a la Michael Taylor in slips there, first slip.
Mark Taylor.
Mark Taylor even.
Yeah. Don't worry, I called Maloney there a minute ago. It was Foon, so don't worry, Croft. We're in this together.
Well, let's watch this.
Here's Murphy Cohen. This is tricky kick. Be a big lifter if he can get it. Oh, he's pushed it well to the right. It's a poor kick in the end. Didn't even score. It's a worry, and Lowe will take the relieving kick for the Bulldogs. He's everywhere, Lowe. kicks long. Got a lot of penetration, and that's about 55 metres down the line. Picking up and kicking it was Farrelly. Really go anywhere in the end. Taylor jammed it on the boot. And, gee, almost getting involved there was Lord. Flicks over the back. Dodds got the handball out. That's okay. Summers, left footer, wobbly ball, and the mark's been taken. And that's terrific by Lee. And just as the kick was important by Luke Murfitt-Cohen, this one equally important for Lee. He's booted a goal, I think, or has he? No, Lee.
Yeah, he got one earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. Geez, that's crucial though, isn't it? You have your opportunity at your end and you just don't capitalise, and she can go from one end to the other very quickly. Let's see if he can make it count.
Matthew Lee. How will he judge the breeze? From about 47. He's got it working back beautifully. That's a wonderful kick from there. That rubs a bit of salt in. And South get another. They move to 6-6-42. Longford 5-8-38. So they're getting a little bit more reward for when they go inside 50. And let's have another look at this kick, Croft, because looked a little ugly off the boot, but it worked back beautifully.
Tough pocket, this one, especially with that little bit of a gap through those grandstands there in the left-hand pocket. But he knew what he was doing, aimed at that left post, and it just held on. Great finish.
All right, well, South edge in front, and that's what they'd want. 20 minutes. We've just ticked into time on here in the third quarter. This is a massive last 7 or 8 minutes here in the Premiership quarter, as they like to refer it to. They're going to come forward, the Tigers, inside 50. Gray gets it out. Curtis up and under. Might come off though. The mark's taken. Quickly plays on. Chance here for Lachlan Dakin. Goes inboard. He's got a choice of 3 players. And the mark's taken by Sietsma.
It was that man Morris. He went on ball. He got the centre clearance.
You'd make a good coach, Croft. I'm serious. Haven't been doing it for long.
And the seagulls have come from everywhere. We might have to shut the windows here up on level 4 at Ntfa Stadium very shortly. It is getting cold as well. But here's Hamish Sietsma. All eyes on him. Would this be a handy one for the Tigers? Moves in. Kicks it. It's away to the goal umpire's left, and it is a behind. So they move on to 5-9-39 Longford. South Launceston 6-6-42. 21 minutes gone here in the third term.
Got to kick those. They'll come back and haunt you. McCarty, that might come back and haunt him. Here's Murfitt-Cohen kicking high. Dunellan's getting back. Page also dropped the mark. And the ball taken out of play, and Page just slaps his hands and says, I should have taken that. In comes Dakin and just gives him a little bit of verbal and a bit of jumper pushing, and Bennett's in there. Now Dunellan says, all right, I'll chime in.
Oh, free kick, saw it.
It's against Tepper. It's against Tepper.
Bennett, free kick.
Yeah, the agitator Bennett. This game's made up of moments, isn't it, Croft? And you've just got to understand the moment. Here we go. A lot in it, to be honest. It was over the shoulder. But I think in a grand final, you don't want to take the risk.
Gee whiz.
Play on the edge, but not crazy edge.
Not a heck of a lot in it, was there?
No, not much in it at all. But the umpire was right there, close to it, and sometimes it can look a little worse than...
As you said, don't put yourself in that position.
Yeah, that's right. Talk about discipline to structure, discipline to the man can cost you.
Here he is, going for goal number 4. It's a good kick. He's had a day. Has this man, Mitch Bennett.
Ooh.
He gets goal number 4.
Yeah.
And they all come back in.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a free kick going to South in the centre here. I heard the whistle. Casey Curtis has decked Tepper. And I reckon there's a free kick here. And I think it's going to go the way of the Bulldogs. Definitely heard a whistle.
And the whistle's going everywhere here.
There's a bit of confusion here.
Yeah.
I think the umpires are just trying to, might be the old 666.
Get them back into position.
But Tepper's in the middle of the ground screaming for the ball.
He'll want it in his hand, don't worry.
Now, what are they doing here? There's a bit of a count. The long delay, which is an advantage for Longford.
We've got the men in pink out here.
Surely we're not having a ball up
because they're doing.
666 or what's going on? Everyone's confused.
Cody Lowe didn't know what to do. Tepper was waiting to take a free kick, and now, well, this is well, goodness gracious me. Cody Lowe's got it anyway. It's a free kick to the Bulldogs, and they'll come forward. Geez, they want a late goal here. The Bulldogs, after giving that ill-disciplined free kick away, and they got a chance through. Foon! Oh, he's hit the post. No, it's snuck in. Wow, what a response. Tom Foon, goal for goal here at UTAS Stadium, and the margin all of a sudden, it is back to 3 points. 7-6-48 to 6-9-45. What a finish to this third quarter, Darren Crawford.
Well, I'm scratching my head here just trying to work out what the hell's going on, but what a finish from Foon. He has been prominent up there in that new forward role of his, and yeah, you got to take your chances when they present, and he certainly has been able to do that.
3 goals to Foon. What an opportunist he is. Talented player. And snatching back the lead by 3 points is South. Just sets up a wonderful last quarter. And Davies with the vice-like grip. 4 goals to 2 in favour of South in this quarter. Just about to get it up there. Davies, non-preferred, right footer. Bennett's your target man. Why not? Here's Curtis. Might have got a nudge. Just laid on the footy, dragged it in. Which way the umpire see it? Cuts him a bit of slack there. Where have we gone? 20, almost 25 and a half minutes in the third term. Game still on the line for sure. Sitzma tries to knock it forward. Tepper picked up by Lowe, and he dropped the footy. That is a lovely tackle by Brown. Not much time left, you wouldn't think, in this term. Brown's got to get on with it. He does. Goes to the pocket. Murphy Cohen can't take the mark. Where are the crummers? The crummer is Low. He can do anything. He can crumb. He can ruck. He can mark. He can kick goals. That one, not his best. Davies snags it and says it's going right back to whence it came. Murphy Cohen can't take the mark. On hands and knees, Curtis. Dakin threw it on the boot. But can't get it there. And the mark is taken by the number 19, Woodcock Davis. And he will clear.
So South come out of defence. Larby there leading the way. Just couldn't hold on to it. Blackberry immediately tackled by Larby and will get a ball up. 26 and a half played now. It's the Dogs by 3 points. Longford, they'll be coming home with the breeze in the final term. Low taps it down. Clever. Couldn't take it, Hubbard. But he gathers, does well. Gets a short pass. Comes in, couldn't quite find his teammate there in Bennett. Why not look for Bennett? Mark taken here now by Brendan Taylor. He's been good for the Dogs. He goes low and wide. Couldn't quite hit his teammate in Foon there on the go. Might have been taken high. No, he's been pinged for holding the ball. Good tackle in the end by Matthew Lee. So Lee deep into the third quarter. When they love a late one here, it's smothered. Play on. Blackberry couldn't get there first. Smashed forward by Lowe, but smashed over and out on the full. And Longford, I think they'd be happy to take this into three-quarter time. They certainly wouldn't want to concede another one here late. Ball comes short, danger. A lot of South players there, and there is an opportunity. The kick for goal, I think it might be touched. It is. So the margin increases by 1, and it's South Launceston 7-7-49, and they lead Longford by 4 points now, 6-9-45, approaching 28 minutes.
So the man with the football, number 2, Connor Reedhoff. Hugs the line. No mark. He'll be thrown back in 4 points the difference. South by that 4 points, but Longford coming home with a breeze. It's snowing on the Midland Highway, and it might be snowing at UTAS before we know it, because it's pretty cold out there. Here's Larby. Just jammed it on his boot. No one can collect the footy cleanly at another stoppage. So 4-2 to 2-2 in this quarter in favour of the Bulldogs. Just got the one goal in the second term. Lowe knocks it down. Davies snagged it. Released quickly. Little kick away. It's nicely done by Cocker. Foon's there. We know he's clever. What can he do? He's trying to get free. He was held. Was he held? They grabbed him again. He's very, very good around goal, this young guy. But it rolls to the line. Left forward pocket. Time ticking away. 29 minutes gone in the third quarter. With thanks to our sponsors, Armstrong Insurance Brokers, Jeremy Wilkinson, LRF, J-Bow Cleanaway, and Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund.
From the throne, here is Foon. Offhand's kick from Reedoff was smothered. Here's Maloney. It's had a quiet day, Maloney, so far.
I had him wearing a Bulldogs jumper early in the quarter, Rick.
Jet Maloney in the Longford jumper. Boundary throw in, approaching 30 minutes in the third quarter. The Dogs lead it by 4. They're desperate for another goal. This is good forward pressure, but the Longford defence holding on at the moment. And we'll get a ball up again. Larby in the ruck. Goes with Cody Lowe. Lowe looks to thump it forward. Donnellan thumps it back. Here's Blackberry. What can he do? Finds his teammate in Bennett. Bennett kicks it to the hot spot inside 50. One grab, 2 grabs. Mark taken. And that is a very, very strong mark on the second attempt by Brad Dodds. He's kicked one. And that's what you want to see from your tall forwards in a contest. Right on the siren. You could just see his opponent just dropped his head. He just couldn't get that fist in, could he, Croft, on the second attempt?
Yeah, and I think both Dodds and Lee have been able to sort of come into the game a little bit in the aerial contest this quarter, and have been able to hit the scoreboard, and that's what they probably needed and probably lacked a little bit in the first half.
Here's Dodds. This is a really important kick after the siren for South. Dodds moves in, straight over the goal umpire's head, and they come from everywhere. And that's his second. And all of a sudden, they take a little break into three-quarter time. The margin is 10, 8-7, 55 South Launceston. Longford 6-9, 45. Dodds with his second. As we look at the goal kickers, Tom Foon with 3 for the Bulldogs, 2 each to Lee and Dodds. And Sebastian Page with a goal as well. Whilst for the Tigers, Mitchell Bennett has 4 and 1 each to Casey Brown and Jack Donnellan. Darren Crawford, quick summary from you as we head to a break.
Yeah, look, it was a really entertaining third term. The game sort of started to open up, that's for sure. And for Longford, I thought Bennett, and he was able to hit the scoreboard once again. He was really dangerous up there, along with Hubbard and Davies through the middle of the ground. I thought Larby was able to sort of break even a little bit more around actual contest, around stoppage. However, around the ground, we know Cody's athleticism was certainly still on show. Whilst for the midfield group, I thought Ntfa was really strong. Taylor came into the game really strong, as did Blackberry. But I thought McCarty was a little bit of a thorn across half-back as well, intercepting some possessions across half-back. But looking forward to what shapes up to be a really entertaining final term.
Expert comments from Darren Crawford. Great to have his insight here with us as well this afternoon. And said it is going to be a thriller. It is three-quarter time. South are taking a 10-point lead. Longford have got the breeze. We'll be back in a moment to see what unfolds.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. Final quarter of the 2024 Premier Division Grand Final. What a game we've got. It was a 1-point advantage to South Launceston at quarter time. Longford turned that into a 9-point lead, and then South came back and they lead by 10 points at three-quarter time. Darren Crawford, this is probably going to get into the wire. I just don't know whether South can kick a cluster of goals. They've got it in them, but today I'm just not sure.
Yeah, it's probably the old cliche. There's been a few boys out there that probably haven't had much impact on the game as this far, but you can still have your moment. And I'm looking at guys like Farrelly up there in that front half. Summers probably is another one. And even Lee Harding, the old fella there, he could probably have a 5-minute burst here and hit the scoreboard as well. But for Longford, it'll start in the middle of the ground.
Rick Fontaine, get us underway.
Here we go, final quarter, 2024 Premier Division Grand Final. And aren't we set for a great finish? Lowe thumps it forward off the boot. And it's going to be a race here. Now here's Holt. He gets a right foot kick. And that's a good defensive mark. And the Tigers are going to come out of it. And it's William Dakin. He'll go short along the wing. Not a good kick though. And it's going to come straight back. The mark taken by Harry Summers. Plays on. First goal, vitally important. Look at that hold up in the breeze. And that's well read. And the mark is taken defensively by Joel Lloyd. So Lloyd, we can see what the wind's doing. And look at that windsock down there. That I reckon the breeze has picked up a little bit. And it's probably gone down 5 degrees if that's possible. It is freeze. That's out in the full. Yep, good decision there by the boundary umpire. Accidental, but it was definitely the correct one. So kick taken by Harris.
Just structurally, I can see they've put Morris from on ball back deep forward again. So another move there that could probably get him involved in this play.
Jaden Harris kicks along the boundary line and not able to take possession. So I think the Longford Reserve boys heading down to the northern end to cheer the Tigers on as they kick home with the breeze. Saw that a couple of years ago as well, and they won that grand final, Longford, back in 2022, famously their first one since 1989. And they go again 2 years later. And it is tough with the way the windsock is sort of heading. The boundary umpire is going to throw it in again. Good throw. Tapped down well. And well, the whistle's gone here. Can't quite see what that was for. High. So free kick going the way of South Launceston. It's going to be McCarty in game 150 senior games for South Launceston. Said a former Heck Smith medalist a few years back. And they'll come inside 50 here. The high kick, the umpire almost getting in the way of Cody Lowe, but he does well. Couldn't quite hang on to it with the second grab. Blackberry, gee, did well there. He wanted that ball. Comes out. Which way's it going to bounce favourably? Here's Harding. Darren Crawford mentioned at three-quarter time. Kicks it to space. Runners come from everywhere. Headland with a strong tackle holds the ball up, and we're going to get a ball up. 2.5 minutes played. No change to the three-quarter time score. It is South Launceston still leading by 10 points.
Farrelly just got mobbed there. So Lowe and Madden. Headland. Harding. Good clean hands to Blackberry. Left footer. Spun. Kick forward. Lee couldn't take it. Nicely done here by the defensive Longford. Little kick down the line. That was Lloyd again. Harding. Back to Blackberry, who saw McCarty, who ran on. This time he gets plenty on it. Headland's got a fly. Knocks it down. Brown. Little handball comes over the top. Dakin has to knock it back. Now a little chip kick. That's okay. That was done by Retoff, who got it to Sitzma. Almost the mark to Davies. He claimed it. He's got a kick with his right boot. That's his non-preferred. This ball's curling around. Murphy Cohen. Who's going to robe it? Bennett's there. Just ran past it. Curtis is desperate to get it to Bennett. Why wouldn't you? That's a high tackle on Lloyd. No free kick. In they go. Bennett tries to extract it. Headland with a little kick. McCarty had to be clean. Handball other. Here's a chance. Opportunity. Dunellen. He's going to turn it back. He slipped at the inopportune moment. Tried to get it back. Slipped. And it goes through for a behind. 9 points the margin now in the grand final. And Dunellen, gee, could have got there.
Just stumbled, didn't he? Late. And wow, what a start that would have been.
Got to play down over there with cramp. Looked like Bennett to me. So that could be a bit of a sign that maybe the Tigers could be a little leg weary coming into this final term.
I just saw the replay there, thanks to Roundtable Studio. Dunellen just almost, his foot almost got planted in the ground a little bit, and the errant kick, but it was a behind, and who knows, it might be an important behind later on in the game. And the ball doesn't spill clear there. So 4.5 minutes played, and Longford have closed the margin by a point from three-quarter time. It's 9 points, the gap at the moment. Expectant crowd, a little bit more of a hush in the last or the first few stages here of this quarter.
I think Taylor might have a bit of cramp too. that left boot was in a funny looking shape.
Yeah, well, Longford 2 games in 2 weeks, and both weeks though in very heavy conditions. So what part will that play? South will certainly be fresh, and that kick's going to go out in the full. So no damage in the early stages.
Noticed that Coach Jack Maher has now just come down to the bench for this final term, just so he can probably give that direct feedback to his players as they come off. And I also noticed that last stoppage, no +1 behind the footy just yet. So it'll be interesting to see at what stage of the game that probably does come.
Ball gathered there by Harry Summers, who's on the bench at the moment. He gives it back to the boundary umpire.
Brother of Dave, who will be playing, or at this point in time, playing for North Launceston next weekend.
Yep, TSL Grand Final to be played here next Saturday afternoon. Diving there, that's a good grab. And it's been taken there by Dunellen. He gets onto the left. He's going to kick it towards full forward. Murphy Cohen over the back. Oh, almost marked in front. Not taken. Now he ran into trouble then, did Lockie Cocker, but held to him. And we're going to get a ball up deep in the forward pocket. Longford heading to the northern end with the aid of a breeze. Would love an early goal.
Lights on at UTAS. McCarty tries to knock it to the boundary line. Maloney was there. Little hack kick out of there. Nicely done in the end by Jordan Bennett. And the ball just finds its way to the line. Cody Lowe's been terrific for them today. He's given his all, trying to lift his team to a premiership. They're in front by 9 points, but Longford have the aid of a pretty strong breeze in this last. Larby just pushed his man out of the way. and then just jammed it on his boot. It's nicely done in the end. The mark by Charlesworth. He's got a little hobble up. So the long kick, low, got his hands on it, couldn't take the mark, and the line is found again. It'll be a boundary throw in. Lee Brasendale sent a message through to you, Rick. Used to work with my dad. I think it's in WA.
Yep, great to hear from him. And enjoying the call. So, yeah, great. Did you used to work with your father on the pea harvester, I believe?
Yes. Sexy Rexy, they called him. That was my dad. Up goes Larby. Just jammed it on the boot. Denellon. Oh, just got his bootlaces. Just couldn't pick it up, and then it rolls to the line. Darren Crawford.
Yeah, he started to do really well in this second half as Larby. He's just stuck at his guns, and he's a strong lad and starting to overwork Cody, but Cody will just keep going. He knows no other way, and makes for a good tussle here in this final term.
It's an expectant crowd at the moment. No one knows which way this is going to go. It's a stalemate in the first 8 minutes of this final term.
Out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, off Tepper's foot it was.
So it's going to be Kobe Moore who's going to kick it right up to full forward. Can someone take a mark? No, they can't. Oh, now free kick might have been taken a bit high there, and it will be a free kick to Luke McCarty. Good pick up by the field umpire. South leading the way, just the one behind in this quarter so far. 8.5 gone.
There it is.
And there's the replay. Yep, just a bit of a late bump.
I've witnessed that on plenty of occasions. Luke McCarty dropping into a hole with no fear for his life.
He's a great player, as we said earlier, in game 150 for South Launceston. Ball comes out, nicely gathered one way then the other. Sam Lucas kicks it wide, too wide, and out of bounds. So not much happening here, but South will be pretty happy, Crawf, with the first 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a really great start. They'll be looking to just try and bottle it up. Stoppage after stoppage would probably be the message. I could see Jackie's been clapping his hands down there, so he's obviously very happy with how the first part of this quarter's unfolded.
Been a free kick picked up. It's going to go the way of Larby from that ruck contest. He dishes it off straight away to Davies. A bit quieter in that third term. That's a great defensive mark taken by Harding. Harding, he goes short. Looks for and finds his teammate in Bennett. Jordan Bennett now plays on. He's going to hug the boundary line. Drops a little bit short into that breeze. That's a lovely turn there from Farrelly. And it's going to come back though. And the mark taken by Connor Reedoff, and he's off.
Goes into the centre. Lachlan Dakin couldn't take the mark. Handball comes out by Curtis. That's nicely done. Here's Lloyd. Lloyd's little chipping ball. Oh, ball just punched away. Nicely done by Woodcock Davis. Just got an arm in there and a fist and knocked it away. But that is on the right side of the ground if you're Longford to try and get something home from here. Blackberry giving out the instructions. Lowe, Manful in the ruck. He's pretty much gone all day, Cody Lowe, hasn't he? He's pretty fit, the big fella. Put his hands on that, couldn't get it clean. All just paddled out. Holt couldn't get through. Denellon can. Threw it on the boot. This might be a mark. It is Davies running with the flight. Anything could have been coming. And he's got a little bit of cramp too, Davies. A few players looking like they're cramping up out there. That is a very, very good grab.
He just read that from that stoppage. It was just a great forward nous, really. He just dropped off out the back of that pack. As soon as they won possession of the footy, he got into a really dangerous position. Once again, put his head in the hole. But all-important opportunity here now to put some pressure on South Launceston.
The ball drop's important here as a breeze blowing right to left. He punches it through. Davies gets his first at an important time in this game at the 11-minute mark of the final quarter. 7:10:52 plays 8:7:55. It's 3 points the difference. Darren Crawford.
It's been a gutsy performance. Can't question Longford's endeavour. They've certainly impressed me today. But this game is right in the balance. This is where leaders need to stand up. You've trained for 4 months during pre-season to get your fitness to a level where you can run these types of games out, tough conditions, and both coaches are going to be employing their players to leave it all out there.
Well, the stage is certainly set, that is for sure. What a finish we've got coming up from the ruck contest, and negate each other. Every passage of play crucial now. Probably got about 12, 13, 14 minutes left in this grand final. We're going to get another ball up. 3 points the margin. The favourite South Launceston being challenged here by the Tigers. Got their noses in front. Coming away with it is Taylor. Been solid all day. Holt, good handball. They'll come forward. Mark couldn't be taken. Desperation. Here's a chance now for Lee. He's kicked a couple. Does really well. He'll kick it to the danger spot. 2-on-1. Blackbrick, free kick. Which way is it going? I think it is going to South. He's been reported
for a
Dylan
charge.
Hedlund can't believe it.
Here it is. Well, well, I don't know that you could report a guy for actually flying for the ball and trying to intercept and stop him from taking a mark. There was no malice in that.
Try and explain that. That's didn't even think it was a free kick, to be honest with you. He had only eyes for the ball, and seemed like a good contest. And he's off. Wow.
Oh, jingos.
Well,
that is massive. That is a massive, massive, massive call.
Not only is it's massive, it's
they're
not needed.
Are they allowed to bring one on? Yep. Ooh.
Wow.
I don't think he has anything to answer for at the tribunal, put it that way.
Not at all. Here's Dodds, though.
How long does he cool off for? Is he off for the rest of the game?
15 minutes,
15, I think it may be.
I think he could be done.
Dodds from 15 out, straight in front, into the breeze. You can hear what the Longford supporters think. Dodds doesn't care, neither do the Dogs supporters. They're in front. Further now by 9 points. And Dodds kicks his third, and 9-7-61 plays 7-10-54, and there are the Dogs supporters. Bit early to celebrate, but wow, in the context of the game, that is massive.
Huge contest in the air, and look, to me it was just fair play. Great contest from Dodds. He was 2 against 1, but at the end of the day, he's still got to go back and put it through the middle, and he was able to do that, and return serve back to Longford.
We need to go to the Ntfa arc, I think, and then have that reversed. Here's Maloney, hasn't had much of it, and got it away, so running is Harris. Jaden Harris got it in short, but it's ill-directed. Everything's got to go perfectly at the moment. McCarty, well, he'll put his head in the hole, don't you worry about that. From half back. Handball over the top. Page got it high. He's been doing that today. He's been getting under them. Lee flew. Nothing happening. Madden got the handball out. Lucas was held without the footy. It's that jumper tug. When you wear the long sleeve jumper, you can see those a little easily. So here's Lucas in short lead. So South can play a little bit of keepings off here for a while. They haven't got it in the bags. Only 9 points. Another goal from Longford will make them nervous. Inside 50, shallow. They fly. Well done by Lloyd. Did nicely. Just stood under it. They try and spread to the outer side, but I've got a feeling Lloyd's not thinking, I'm going there. Goes down the line. He's hoping for a mark. Lucas got in position A. Couldn't take the mark for South. Another stoppage.
Just feel like Longford's forwards have still got to represent, in front of their man. I just feel like they're playing back shoulder a little bit, just using that breeze. But you've still got to present up at the ball carrier.
Larby going forward, just back onto the ground. Luke McCarty shadowing him. Wow. Some irate Longford supporters down on the boundary. The Longford players just got to get on with it. Plenty of time left in this game. We've only travelled 16 minutes. The margin is 9 points. South Launceston leading, looking for their first premiership since 2018 here in the Ntfa.
Young Heath Stonehouse, Queechy boy, great throw.
Beautiful throw. Handball comes over the top. Here's Maloney. Can he gather the ball? Good contest. Held up. And we'll get a ball up. And this is exactly what South would want. Approaching 17 minutes. 61 plays 52. Been a terrific grand final. Not much in it all day. Holding decision. It's going to go the way of Longford.
Just noticed structurally that Stagg has put Larby forward. Could try and stretch him.
Yep, he's just had a break. He's come straight off the bench and straight forward. Here's Maloney. He bombs it forward. How's it going to bounce? That's good defensive work there. Solid from Pearce. And very cool, calm and collected. And that's a beautiful disposal as well, finding his teammate in Bennett. Terrific play. Needs calm heads at times like these, Crawford, and that was well done by the Bulldogs.
Very well. Ducky McCarty, he's got a cool head. He's played a lot of finals footy. That's what Coach Jack Maher will be looking for later in this term. The
skipper, Casey Curtis, gets it forward. Kicked now by Lachlan Dakin. Here is Larby. He's taken the mark, and the tall men, they never get shorter. Played in front, and that's a good set of dukes. So Michael Larby, difficult angle for the right footer. Let's take a look at it. That's a good grab.
Yeah, he's taught away really, really hard all day. You know, he's got to be super pleased with his effort. But it comes down to this moment.
Right in front of Jeremy Wilkinson there on the fence. Here's Larby. What a kick this is. He moves in. It's a good kick off the boot. It's across the face. The goals might be off hands. No, it is just gone out of bounds on the full. And it's going to be a free kick for the Bulldogs. And it'll be taken by Bowen Pearce at the 18.5-minute mark here at the final term.
Won't be a long quarter either. Only a couple of goals so far. McCarty away to Woodcock Davis. Dakin, some important touches. McCarty just leads Larby to the ball. Takes the mark. So McCarty, Hecksmith medal in 2021. Turns it over now. Brown. Here's a chance for Longford. They've really got to kick a goal. Or tried to sell a bit of candy and did it well. Here's Brown. Loads it up.
Oh.
Long kick. Hit the post. That would have been the goal of the day for sure by Brown. But he hit the woodwork. And all of a sudden, South through Bennett will clear.
So the margin is 8 points. Bennett kicks it out wide. Tepper couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Cocker, sorry. Comes forward. They've focused down the ground quickly. And that's a good mark. And playing in front. Strong mark there taken by Alexander. So Connor Alexander into the centre. And in now on the wing. Ball comes forward. Plenty of players around. Taking charge. Grabbed now by Pearton. Kicks it loose. Playing in front. Oh. And that's a strong tackle. Held up well by Holt.
Geez, I felt that one. In the commentary box, you start to feel a little bit different when you're not playing the game anymore.
They're probably not as cold as us. They're probably warmed up, so they'll get up very quickly. But Holt a bit slow to get up. We'll have a ball up just forward of the centre, favouring Longford. And we'll do it all over again. We've ticked into time on. 20.5 minutes gone.
Be interesting to see here at what point does Jack Maher put one behind the footy as a +1, or do they just keep things the same, just man on man across the ground?
Forward, good play once again. He's had a good few minutes here. Jordan Bennett comes to ground. Banged forward there by Lowe. Kept in. Longford will come away with it through Lloyd. Whoa, they're going in hard now, and that's terrific, courageous work there by Jordan Tepper. And nicely done there too by Connor Pearton. Well, I'm going to make my way down. Presentation's not too far away, so to call you home, it's going to be Michael Maney.
Thanks, Rick. Tepper really took one for the team there. And he goes long. And close to the line, and that's where they'll try and keep it, one would imagine. They've got this game lead of 8 points, and they'll want to keep it out wide, keep it in close, Crawf, and not allow Longford to break away.
Yeah, it's going to be a real arm wrestle. Longford are going to want to try and get it out. South will try and bottle this up, stoppage after stoppage. Try and see him home.
22 minutes gone. It's a big ground, but it can look mighty small if you wanted to. Ntfa with the tackle in there. Time ticking away. Low, another tap down to him. Foon tried to take it. Madden just overran it. In goes Low, cop one high. Nothing doing. Umpire might ping him here. Jumped on the footy. And then somebody else dragged it in, according to the umpire. Well, play going nowhere. South will be happy with this. For a couple of minutes, they've been able to keep it right here. Curtis tried to get through. Taylor finally got the kick away, but it's far too wide.
Got to open the ground, take a risk, get it out the open side.
Yep, you've got to be prepared to lose by about 3 goals to win narrowly. And they got it into the centre. Here's Davies. He's not moving as well as he was earlier. I think he had a bit of cramp. Hasn't been able to influence the game in the last 8 or 9 minutes. Davies. He's just going up and down in the one spot. Another ball up in the centre. Low. Well, they both got a piece of that. Dinellon. Here's Blackberry. Almost had his head ripped off. He'll take a free kick and he'll just assess things. Little handball to Ntfa. Another left footer. Inside 50. Longford under pressure. Kick away is okay. Luckily to Curtis. They've got to go. And they've got to go now. The handball away. Nicely done away to Hubbard. Hubbard's kicks okay. He's going to get it back. Hubbard. Then he's tackled by Taylor. The spillage goes to Lucas. Umpire says play on. Lucas just hits his man in Harding, who drops a sitter. Could that be crucial? Maybe, if Longford can get going. The trainers need to get out of the way. What are you doing? Here's a chance for Morris. Over the top. Now to Brown.
Oh, got numbers out the other side.
Had a man on. Now it spills to Bennett. Bennett's kick 4. He turns it round the body. Has he got 5?
Gee whiz.
Harding at this end of the ground dropped the chest mark he should have taken. And with goal number 5, Mitch Bennett has kept them right in the game. Here it is. He just gets away, Croft. He's deadly from 20 or 30.
He's taking his chances. Been super clean at ground level. Been super impressed with his ability to be clean below knees and then finish work in front of goal. Like games like finals footy are based off moments, and he's just been able to take his chances. And what a final couple of minutes we've got. She all comes down to this centre clearance.
It could well do. Curtis, the skipper, in there for Longford. Ntfa just paddles. Taylor goes in hard, hooks it over the shoulder. High ball. Who can take a mark? Oh, the man in Matthew Lee. How important is that? They are in front by 2 points, and Lee's just going to soak a little bit of time off the clock, and he's sold the story to the umpire he's having a shot. I don't know that I'd be swallowing that. He's a long, long way from goal. Now he's been told to get going.
Runners just come out, probably just giving him a bit of a chat. Not long to go. They usually play 25 flat, so it can't be too long left.
Up it goes. Really high ball. They fly. No one can take a mark. A goal here for South would seal it. Ball up. Time ticking away. What have we got? 26 minutes gone. A couple of minutes to go, you would think. Longford have got to take it the length of the ground and score a goal. A kick over the top. It floats away. It's a behind. A chance for Longford. A chance for Longford to do something here. Can they do something? They've got to go straight down the middle. Oh. Davies dives, takes the mark, plays on. He needs a long kick. Who can get on the end of this? Chance here for Morris. He's got Bennett. Bennett goes in short, hoping for Mark Maloney. Can't take the mark. Probably needed to. The kick out wide. No one can take it. Handball over the top. South use it through hands. Ntfa can't get there. Larby got in his way. Chance for Lowe. Back to Ntfa. Now out to Foon. Foon just jammed it on the boot high. No one can take a mark. Longford have to defend. Alexander, well done by Harding. Now taken away by Longford. The long kick from Hubbard. And the mark taken by Holt. That could be important in the context of this game. Tension high. Holt goes short to Lowe. Lowe wants to soak a little bit more time off the clock. 27 and a half gone. Lowe punches Lowe to the pocket and the mark's been taken. Foon, right place, right time. And now he can take a bit of time off the clock. Larby stands the mark. South by 2 points. Amazing game of footy. Foon from the pocket. They lead by 3.
The faithful are standing up behind the goals. They'll absolutely lose their mind if this goes through.
They'll lap it up if Foon can get the goal. He sets it up. It's a good-looking kick. It's floating. It's a goal! That could be the game. Foon, with his 4th goal, is mobbed by his teammates. They can sense it now, the Bulldogs. And, wow, what scenes here. A 9-point lead to South Launceston. Surely not much time left on the clock. Foon with goal number 4.
What an outstanding finish and what an outstanding performance from Tom Foon. He's played forward, not much in his career, but he's just been able to take his chances in front of goal, and there it is.
The siren. And Longford were gallant, but South Launceston get the flag they richly deserved. What a game of football. Premier Division footy at its very, very best. There's Cody Lowe. They just mob in there. The exhilaration of winning a grand final is something very special. You've done it with a whole heap of mates, and there's the alternative when you lose a grand final. It's gut-wrenching for you, but what a game of football. South Launceston get the job done at UTAS Stadium by booting 10 goals, 8-68. And they outlasted Longford, 8-11-59. Great effort by Longford, who had to slug it out against Rochalee in a bog last week. But I tell you what, they weren't disgraced today, Longford. But South Launceston get the job done, Darren Crawford.
Yeah, congratulations to Jack Maher and his team at South Launceston. They full reward for effort. They were the best team this year by far. They went through losing one game for the year. They thoroughly deserved the victory today. But I tell you, Longford didn't lose any admirers either. They were very gallant in defeat. You can see everyone shaking hands. There's a real mutual respect between these two proud clubs. And, it was a real privilege to be here to watch a really hard-fought contest. And, South go away as deserving winners.
Longford won the last quarter by a point. It didn't matter. It was a 10-point margin at three-quarter time. It was a 1-point advantage to South at quarter time, 9 points to Longford at half time, and it was looking okay for them. Then 10 points at three-quarter time to South Launceston, and they hold on in the end to win by 9 points.
Full credit to Jack. He's only a young coach. He's been putting a lot of time and effort. He's fully invested in the football club, and he's doing a terrific job, not only with the senior group, but through the juniors as well, coming through the football club. And likewise at Longford, they've got great juniors in their development program, and it was on show again today with plenty of young kids in both teams in this final here playing prominent roles. But again, I thought, just looking at both teams, just to highlight some names, I thought Tom Foom was clearly best on ground for mine. 4 or 5 goals in a winning grand final performance. Those sort of performances win your games. Goals win games of footy, and he was able to do that. I thought Cody Lowe was outstanding all day. Brendan Taylor had a really strong second half. I thought he was able to dominate, as was Jordan Ntfa and Luke McCarty in his 150th. Really proud of his effort. I've been blessed to play a little bit of footy with Luke in my journey, and one of the great guys of football, and terrific effort from him. Whilst for Longford, I thought Davies tried his heart out all day. Bennett with 4 or 5 goals himself. Hubbard was really, really dangerous. And I thought their forwards had opportunities to score. Special mention to Callum Murphy, playing on one leg today. Brave effort from him to be out there and provided a real contest in the air, but unfortunately wasn't their day. And full credit goes to South Launceston.
Magnificent win to South Launceston in 2024. The goal kickers for the winners, the Bulldogs. Tom Foon booted 4. Brad Dodds got 3. 2 to Matthew Lee, and then a single to Sebastian Page. And for Longford, Mitch Bennett, 5 goals in a grand final. He was terrific. He was smart. He was clever. He was a sharpshooter. He could have kicked a couple more, but he was dangerous all day. And then singles to Liam Davies, Casey Brown, and Jack Donnellan, but they just couldn't get the job done. And as I said, South led by a point at quarter time. Longford came back with a 5-goal-to-2 second term, and you just thought that maybe they could snatch something, but it was a 10-point margin at three-quarter time, and in the end it was a 9-point victory to South Launceston in this 2024 Premier Division Grand Final. Footy will change next year. We're about to get some presentations done. I know Rick Fontaine is there. Next season, the Premier League in men and women, Deloraine, South Launceston, Longford, North Launceston, Scottsdale and Launceston. Surprise, Rocherlea and Hillwood didn't make the Premier League in Div 1 and Div 2. Things will change. So the landscape is changing in Tassie football. Let's hope that it's the right call.
Really interested to see how that plays out. But obviously, clubs are going to be working really hard on recruitment over pre-season, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Well, thanks to our sponsors, Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, Jeremy Wilkinson, Harcourts, LRF, J Bogue, Cleanaway and MCMF, Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund. As the players make their way, South Launceston, they've just got a big posse over there just to left of screen, as you can see. The lights have been on for quite a while here at UTAS Stadium, and the celebrations out at Youngtown will be on in earnest tonight, as they normally are when clubs get over the line. You just get back to the club, and it's what you live for as a player and a supporter, to mix and mingle and share the spoils of victory.
They are not only past players, but the wives and girlfriends that have to put up with a fair bit during the year, and they're all part of it just as much as the players. So, South Launceston, having played there myself before, great family club. Can't speak highly enough of the people involved there. But yeah, full credit goes to Longford. I was super impressed with their effort today, and their leaders in Curtis and who was the other? It was young Davies as well. I thought he was, he started to tire a little bit there towards the end, started cramping, as did a couple of other boys. It's been a taxing final series for them, but they should be super proud of their efforts.
And what did you think? Did it change the game with Headland being removed? We might just go down to Rick Fontaine. I think he's going to start the proceedings. Let's get down to Rick.
To our officiating umpires who took part in today's grand final, if we could ask a representative please to come forward from the umpires from today. Thanks very much. Well done to our umpires. Well, sure, supporters from both teams will agree today we saw an outstanding game of football from these two great, proud football clubs in South Launceston and Longford. There can only be one winner, but it was an amazing contest between these two sides, and I'd like you to please join with me as we welcome the Longford coach, Mitch Stagg, to come forward to say a few words. Well, let's hear it for the Longford Football Club.
Firstly to Miz and the South Lonnie boys, no secret that you had 3 sides in the big dance today. We've got enormous respect for your football program and congratulations on the win. I'm sure it's not the first time that we'll square off in the years to come, so well done, boys. To my group, look, couldn't ask any more of you fellas. You go to war for me each and every week and you're just a fantastic group of young men. I love you dearly. Remember this hurt. Let it burn in you and come back next year bigger and better. To our supporters, you're right behind us every week. Sorry we couldn't get over the line today, but we'll be back next year. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you, Mitch Stagg, and congratulations to you, leading well and truly from the front with your troops. Time now to announce our Clary Bood medalists for the player judged best on ground in this year's grand final. And we congratulate and get Matthew Williams to present the medal to Cody Lowe. Well done, Cody. And time now to present our player medals to our premiership players for 2024. Damien Ryan, President of the Ntfa, to hand them out, and the Bogues caps with thanks to Doc Scott. And we'll start with number 1, Harry Summers. Number 2, Jordan Ntfa. Number 4, Matthew Lee. Next up, number 5, Bowen Pearce. Number 8, Jordan Bennett. Next up, number 10, Lee Harding. Number 11, Lockie Cocker. Number 12, Harry Charlesworth. Next, number 15, Lachlan Bryan. Number 16, Brock Kenny. Number 17 is Brendan Taylor. Number 18 for South Launceston, Tom Foon. (19) Ollie Woodcock Davis. Number 21, Hunter Farrelly. (23) Sam Lucas. Number 24, the MVP for this year and Vice Captain, Cody Lowe. And it is milestone game, 150th senior game for the Bulldogs. Number 27, Luke McCarty. Number 29, Tom Graham. (44) Bradley Dodds. And number 46, Sebastian Page. And the co-captains, firstly, number 3, Jay Blackberry. And number 7, Grant Holt. And finally, let's hear it for the coach of the Premiership side from South Launceston, Jack Marr. Well done, Jack, and we'll get you to say a few words.
Thanks, Rick. Obviously, thank you to the Ntfa for putting the day on. It's an awesome experience. Longford boys, credit to you. You just kept coming there and kept coming, and we take the step up to Premier League next year, and I think we both can go out there and give it a shake. So stick together, stick with Staggy. A massive effort today by you boys. So well done, and throughout the year. Our supporters, amazing today. The junior club, thank you again. I think you all got around us and you keep driving this talent, and we'll continue to hopefully be successful for many years to come. Our awesome sponsors, Wayne Mannion, our jumper sponsor, HST, Garage Door Solutions and Flying Colours. So thank you to my boys. Unbelievable effort. Yeah, we spoke about it all week about how proud we were as a coaching group, and you showed some grit and determination there late. So I think the kennel might be rocking tonight. Good stuff.
Congratulations, Jack. Now, a couple of presentations left now, and Damien Ryan, the president of the Ntfa, to make our next presentation, and that is the Premiership flag, and we'll invite the South Launceston president, Stephen Hibbs, to come forward to accept this on behalf of the Bulldogs. We got there. Well done. Congratulations, Steve and South Launceston. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we'll invite the legend from the South Launceston Football Club. We'll invite Jeff Page to make the presentation of the Premiership Cup. To our two captains and our coach, our 2024 premiers are the South Launceston Football Club.
And there they are, the 2024 Premiership side in the Premier Division, and that is South Launceston. A wonderful performance by them. We'll just go back through the winners of today's games, and in the under-18, South Launceston 9-8-62 beat Bridgenorth 8-6-54. In the senior women, Bridgenorth 3-8-26 beat Old Launcestonians, just the four behinds, by 22 points. In the reserves, it was South Launceston 9-9-63, Longford 3-11-29. and it was South Launceston 10-8-68 to Longford 8-11-59 in fact, it was Longford in the reserves 9-9-63, I should say, beat South Launceston 3-11-29. So a good win there to Longford. And now McCarty is a 5-time premiership player, and absolutely brilliant Darren Crawford. Just a couple of quick comments and then we'll wrap it up for today.
Yeah, just a great day for Tasmanian football here in northern Tasmania. The weather was kind to us today, albeit a little bit cold and chilly, but the standard of footy right from the under-18 comp this morning right through to that senior grand final, an absolute arm wrestle. It was a great advocate for football moving forward, and hopefully these two teams, both Longford and South Launceston, can continue to keep the standard at a really high level in this Premier League that we're about to embark on. Hopefully we see some of these players not only playing in that level, but also higher up, in the State Academy series that will be happening next year.
Okay, we're just about to wrap up from here. Thanks to Roundtable Studio. Wonderful performance by them, providing all the wonderful vision today. Ben Donaldson on the camera. He's been outstanding the last couple of weeks, so well done to you, Ben. All our sponsors, Armstrong Insurance Brokers, Jeremy Wilkinson Harcourts, LRF, J Bogue, Cleanaway, MCMF, Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund. The Ntfa, of course, thanks very much for them for putting on the show. So another wonderful final series in Div 1 and also the Premier Division. And thanks to our commentators that have been here over the last couple of weeks. Rick Fontaine, Rob Soward, Darren Crawford, Matt Chatwin and Darren Geard. It's been a terrific final series over both weekends. And then I guess you get the trifecta with the NTJFA the week before that. So it really is a festival of footy. Well, that's it. The premiers for 2024, South Launceston, they were absolutely outstanding, and they booted 10 goals, 8-68 to defeat Longford 8-11-59. That's it from UTAS Stadium. We'll see you next year in one way, shape or another.